Bam! We're live. Jeffrey Birchfield with the bench press video. Holy cow. Awesome. Awesome. How's my audio? I am working out some kinks. This is the first setup with these channels. But I feel good about it. Look at you, Jeffrey. That's like a prison photo. Look at that shit. Let me see where the guest is. Where is this young man? I am, today we got a comic on. We haven't had one of these in a long time. Carter, is he coming on? Oh my goodness, Carter, where are you? Let's see where he's at. See you in a bit. Okay, good. I text him. Love to see you right now. Or 2 minutes ago. You guys want to hear a story? Sorry, my computer had to do an update. No worries. No worries. No worries. Shit, I forgot to send the no. Maybe I should check to see what this guy's name is before he comes on. He had this video he put up on his Instagram. Dockerty. Carter Dockerty. Dockerty? Is that really his last name? Dockerty. What a great last name. Dockerty. He put up this video. I'm going to show it to you when he comes on. He is so funny. The delivery, just the whole. I'm really curious if he's really like this or if that's part of his shtick. It's like, remember when I had Hans Kim on? He really is. He really is like how he is in his stand-up routine. Remember when we had him on? He was a trip. Scaled Nation, good morning. I went to the Scaled Nation seminar up at CrossFit Diablo about 2 months ago. I highly recommend it. One-day course with Athena Perez. I forget the other lady's name. Crazy packed of information, nonstop. By the way, those of you who are always asking what my kids do Kumon. They don't sponsor me, but they should sponsor me. It's basically they gave my wife the tools to teach my kids how to read, write, math. It's pretty crazy. She's been doing it with them since they've been 3. I think you're supposed to start at 4. And it starts off for those of you who want to understand how basic it is, because I know some of you are probably crazy scared to homeschool your kids. It really starts off with just like, hey, hold the pencil. Like day 1, hold the pencil. Okay, your kid's holding the pencil. Okay, they pass. And like day 2 is hold the pencil and like hold it over your head. I mean, it is in progressions. Eventually, it's just draw a line. It's not just like right away, day 1, 7 plus 7. It's a whole. It's awesome. Whole progressions. I don't know if the phone line is working today. I guess we'll figure that out soon too. I just set up in a new location. I am at the CA Peptides luxurious beachfront property. I've been texting all morning with my agent friend. Not my secret agent friend, Tyson Bajent, but my agent friend. It's pretty funny. Okay. Carter's coming on. He's rebooting his computer. I want to tell you a story real quick. I made this video yesterday, and I didn't post it to my Instagram, and it was me talking about the importance of choosing the right woman. And that the 100 best moments of my life have been with my... Oh, no, not telling you the story. Here we go. Look at Carter's... He's adjusting his camera. He's got a sweatshirt on. He's not in his car. That's a good start. He deserves better than my location, but... Okay, here we go. He's fingering something. Oh, wow, guys. This is going to be a first. This is crazy. He is using a coffee cup to prop his camera. This is with a cord that's not long enough. Holy shit, guys. This is going to be crazy. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're bringing Carter on. Everyone be nice to him. He used to play sports. I don't know if he does anymore. So we know he moves around. He's physical. Oh shit, he might have a broken arm. Okay, here we go. Carter Dockerty.
What's up?
What's up, playa?
Jeez. How are you?
Dude, you have your phone propped on your coffee?
With a candle.
Dude. Is it a Jew candle, like a menorah candle?
Nope, just a straight up Yankee.
Yankee. I got a whole house full of Jew candles. I'm Armenian myself.
Oh yeah, nice.
But I got 3 Jew kids. If you impregnate a woman, you get a Jew woman, you get Jew kids. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's wild that you can start as a non-Jewish man and produce Jewish offspring.
I still have my foreskin. I know you Yankees don't. I know that.
Wow.
I knew that through you. I'm Armenian. Look at me. I'm Armenian. Look at me. Look at me.
You were born in Armenia?
No, Oakland.
Oakland.
Close.
Nice.
I was born in Africa, Oakland.
Jesus.
Be good. Be nice, Debbie. Hey, what happened to your arm, dude?
Car accident. I broke it.
Dude, Carter. I'm really nervous because I'm so envious and excited. I'm not nervous. I'm nervous about you. I'm so excited to have you on, but I would love to see your face.
Oh, yeah. I just realized it was not propped properly.
Oh, you the man. Okay, here we go. Take your
Jesus.
That nose is Johann Lopez, the guy with a fucked up German name and Mexican name mixed together, says that nose is Jewish. I'm an Armenian dude with a Jewish nose. What can I say? The reason why I'm so nervous is because you're living my life. Every time I have one of you guys on who's fucking doing it, I'm like, God, I'm 51. I have a million excuses why I don't do comedy. And I just love watching your Instagram and watching you just go after it, dude. So first of all, congratulations. You are the fucking man. And I'm living vicariously through you.
Thanks. Oh, geez. I just dropped it again. Yeah, comedy's pretty sick. At 51.
Go gentle on me, buddy. Go gentle. Jesus Christ. Maybe you have to do the show like this. You have to lay down and put your
Gosh.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm gonna move to the office.
Office? You don't have an office. What are you talking about? You're 21 years old. How old are you?
22.
Yeah, you don't have an office. Please don't tell me. You're too young to have an office. Is it your dad's office? Do you live at home?
No, I live with my girlfriend. She's mad at me because I was in the living room.
Is she really liberal? Is that part true?
That is true. Yes, very true.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, we moved out to Chicago because she's going to med school right now. So that's what really prompted the move. We were living together in Cincinnati before.
Does she believe in healthy eating and physical movement is the best way? Lifestyle choices are the best way to a long and healthy life and to avoid any medical intervention by all means necessary?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. We probably it's kind of hard with med school. You study a lot.
Sean Roddy, Carter, is everyone trying to set up for a Zoom job interview? Oh God. Better be done. You better do it better than Carter's doing it if you want a job.
Yeah, I'm like I've interviewed like for a few things over Zoom, and I've never gotten one of them because as you can see, I'm pretty bad at setting it up.
Do you own a computer, Carter?
I do own a computer, and I was turning it on, and it like updated, and then it like restarted 3 times for some reason. So
yeah,
I kind of I was started like to panic for a bit.
Oh, you don't seem like you're panicking. And are you on an iPhone?
Yeah, I'm on an iPhone currently.
And what is your computer? Is it a Apple laptop?
No, it's a Razer Blade. It's like a gaming laptop.
No shit.
But yeah, it's good for editing and stuff.
Like what? You use Premiere?
No, I use Premiere sometimes, and then I also use like Sony Vegas as another program. It's pretty good.
Gotcha. I know that one. Hey, I'm going to play this clip from your Instagram that has a 4,500 comments. It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
That's my entire YouTube. No, that's my entire Instagram. All my posts, like 1,200 of my posts, don't even have that many comments combined. Okay, here we go. I haven't shown the audience this yet. Okay, here we go. Where are you here actually? Before I play this, do you remember where you were?
Yeah, Go Bananas Comedy Club in Cincinnati. It's a really, really good comedy club. Place rules.
Man, this rule deserves to be said in this joke deserves to be said in Los Angeles. Cincinnati didn't deserve this. You overperformed. Okay, here we go.
Last time I went home, my sister Madison, she decided to tell the entire family that she's only into black guys. Didn't know you had to come out with that. Like, I thought you could just be fat, you know? Well, this is going to be a good show. This is really fun.
Tell me how, can you just give me like the backstory on the joke? Is all my jokes, it's like something's happening in life and then I kind of twist it and then try it out on my wife. Is that what happened? She actually came home and said something and then you're like, oh fuck. Oh my God, where's my pencil and paper? This is crazy.
Yeah, to the tune of that. I was just like, I told that story to a few other comics. She did it a while ago. She said something like that. And
that's the liberal thing to do, right? To be into black dudes. Your sister's liberal too, right?
No, she's not.
Oh, okay.
Not
good.
at all.
Okay.
It's very funny because, like, yeah, I don't know. My brother and sister are not very liberal at all. But my sister said that. I told that story to a few comics, and like they told me to write a bit about it. But also, I was like, I don't know. Even the setup just kind of sounds a little wild to say. It might derail a set. So even now, I still can't really do that joke very often.
Seriously, are you fucking kidding me? When you put that on your Instagram, were you like, holy shit, this like, do you know when you watch that? Like, I'm scrolling and I see that and I'm fucking on the floor dying. I send that to like 20 of my friends. I'm like, dude. Because I've been to like fat girl dance night, like at a bar in Ohio or something, like after an arm wrestling tournament I was filming, and it's 30 huge white women and 15 just fucking studly black dudes.
Wait, that's a real theme night?
Bro, I mean, it's not themed. They're not like fat white girls, studly black dudes come together. The black dudes just come. They know it's big. The theme is big girl night. You know what I mean? It is that. But
like the bar advertises big girls come through.
Yes.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yes. No, what you said is the craziest thing. Okay, so really that's not a go-to in every set, Carter?
No, because like if it's a type of show that like I know that type of material will like turn them against me, I'm just like, I'm not really gonna do it because like what's the point of, I don't know, bombing? But I'll do it if like it's gonna be a good room for it.
So there is a crowd that doesn't like that joke. Like there's Joe Biden jokes and Trump jokes, and you know what city you're in.
Yeah, I mean, it just like I've done it a few times on shows, and then it's just thrown it off, and like the crowd just kind of like I'll get like big laughs from like a few people, but then like a lot like 60 to 70% of the room sometimes will like not laugh, and that's when it like goes bad.
Wow,
so you kind of have to, which is wild because on Instagram it was kind of the other way around. Like there was like probably like 7 people that commented like being mad about it, and then the reason that there were so many other comments is people just went at people that commented that.
I mean it is a from the science perspective, it's a highly predictive truth. Do you know what I mean? Like let me give you another one. Like insurance companies charge people like you more money to drive than me, because you drive faster than me, you have more testosterone than me, and you smoke weed more liberally than me, right? Black dudes like big girls. Like there's no one like that's not a racist thing. That's not a that's just a it's just a fact. How could anyone get mad at that? No one's like, how dare you charge those 18-year-old boys more for insurance? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we were all 18-year-old boys. We know what we do. I'm not in denial. Sure. Yeah, you should have charged me even more. I was a fucktard.
Yeah, I just got into an accident.
Was that your fault?
No, it was like stop traffic, so I did have to slam on my brakes hard. But
Were you texting?
no.
But they did ask you that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were texting, you also wouldn't tell me because it's being recorded.
Yep. So, yeah, insurance is pretty expensive. I don't have a car at the moment though, so I gotta get a new one.
Did the cop ask to see your phone first thing when you pulled up?
No.
I was driving one time on the freeway, Carter.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, that happened to you.
And the highway patrol pulls up next to me, California Highway Patrol. And I look over and he goes, I pull over. And he goes, were you texting? I'm like, this is when the iPhone had the button. And I'm like, nope. And he goes, can I see your phone? I'm like, sure, no problem. And he pushes the button like in this pattern. I don't know what he does. And he goes, look, I just pushed your button. When you push the button like this, it shows you the last app you were using. And the last app you were using was your text. We're like, fucking A. You know what I mean?
Dang, that's crazy.
So I got a ticket. So that's why I asked if the first thing he
Wow.
did was. So now if you ever get pulled over and you think you were texting, like quickly swipe to something, choose like 4 different apps. You know what I mean?
And you can like make it go away too.
Yeah, hopefully.
But
Crazy.
yeah, man. Dude, this is an early podcast that we got going on today.
I got up at 5 a.m. to do the 6 a.m. podcast. This show happens every morning at 7 a.m.
That's
I've
sick,
been doing
man.
it for pretty much 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the vast majority of my guests are CrossFitters.
Okay.
But occasionally, once a week or, twice a week or as often as I can, I'll have on, other people. Like I have UFC fighters.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last comic I had on was Hans Kim, the Asian guy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Out of Texas. Yeah.
I know who Hans Kim is, of course.
That was really weird. He's weird as fuck.
Yeah, that's
very
fun.
weird. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it's fun. It was fun.
That's a lot of fun. But the CrossFit stuff. So what do you do exactly with the CrossFit stuff?
No, just stir the pot.
Just stir the pot. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if someone's if someone was exercising and like their top came down and a nipple came out, I would highlight it.
Oh, nice. That rules.
I would have right. No one wants to interview the fittest dwarf in the world. I have him on my show. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. The fittest guy in the world who hunts bears that everyone's like judging because he kills animals. I have him on. Stuff like that. I had a flat earther on. That was crazy. People didn't like that. A lot of people don't like that.
Oh no.
Very controversial.
That sounds like a guy that's got a lot of stuff going on. Or actually not a lot of stuff going on, probably.
Both.
He can probably go on for a while.
Carter, can you give me the details of the accident a little bit and how you broke your arm?
Just the airbag coming out is what really made the break happen.
So you're driving, cars in front of you slow down, someone hits you from the back?
And then we went into the median because like it pulled off to the side.
And is your arm broken?
Yeah, the ulna.
So tell me what that's like. You're holding the steering wheel and the airbag comes out and
yeah, and you kind of like react to like block it, I guess, for some reason. And then the impact, yeah.
And did you know right away? Does it hurt, or are you having such an adrenaline rush that you don't know?
Kind of a little bit of both. Like you kind of know that feel. Like I had broken my leg when I was a kid, and so like you know that feeling. Have you ever broken a bone?
No, sir.
Oh, really? Wow, 51. It
Yeah.
would. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of healed pretty quick. I feel like I hope this is the last bone I ever break because the healing process on this one kind of stinks. But when I was a kid,
is that something in your wrist? Is your ulna something in here?
No, the ulna is the bone on the outside of your forearm.
Oh, the long skinny one?
Yeah. I think it's the thicker one because it's the ulna and the radius, but
someone will tell us in the comments very shortly.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, you probably have like you probably have a pretty anatomy inclined audience.
Ulna. I'm looking at the picture here. Which bone is the ulna? The ulna is one of the two bones in the forearm. The other is your radius. The ulna is on the pinky side of your forearm. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You can't see mine because my forearms are so massive, but in a regular man, you'd probably see some outline of the bone, all 155 pounds of me.
God, that's been the big thing is I have not been able to like really work out at all since I broke my arm.
Yeah, that's depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a job?
Just been, yeah, I'm a server during the day. Like I just do it like 20 hours a week, but
Where?
I serve at a restaurant in downtown Chicago.
Can you say the name of it?
It's called The Exchange. It's a cool place. But I just, there because then I'm by the train. So whatever shows I have later that night, hit the spots from the train.
The train is like you're by an actual train, or that's the name of a place where you do stand up?
No, by the actual train to get to the spots that I do at night.
Oh, you chose your job because of its proximity to a subway so that you could go to other places?
Yeah, just because in Chicago the train systems like ran out of this place called the Loop where all the trains meet, and so I just got a job near there during the day so that at night I could go wherever I need to.
You're gonna probably like this. You know who else comes on this show regularly? Are you the quarterback for the Chicago Bears, Tyson Bagent, has been on the show 12 times.
Oh wow, that's sick.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
Yeah, that's very neat.
I think he's the same age as you. He's either 22 or 23 too.
God, that's very depressing.
No, dude, you're doing it, Carter.
Yeah,
you're fucking doing it, dude.
I guess.
I have some really bad news for you.
What's up?
No matter how successful you get, like if you become the biggest comic in the world, it's never going to get better than what you're doing now. You're doing it.
Are you sure?
Dude. Yes.
I got a broken arm and I'm serving at a restaurant every day.
Dude,
but the comedy stuff, the real like going around was cool. It got me some gigs this year. And we'll see what else.
What got you some gigs? What got you some gigs? Tell me.
The real. Yeah. So like it got some nice gigs for the year. But I'm still like on the real grind part, the starting part of comedy at the moment.
How long have you been doing it?
4.5 years. I started right after high school, like right at the end of my senior year of high school.
Can you tell me about your first like the first time you were ever like, and maybe build it up a little bit, like what, like I want to know, like before you went up, like
yes,
was it like 2 years of like, fuck, should I do this? Should I do this? Fuck, I need to sit down.
Well, kind of, because so there was a comedy club that's like 10 minutes from my high school in Akron, Ohio. That's where I'm from, and it's called the Funny Stop. And so like kids from my high school tried it, and like it would be a big thing where kids from my school would just go out and watch whoever was trying for the first time. There's probably like 5 or 6 people that tried it before me. And like we would go all the time because they would have open mic every Wednesday. And then eventually like you would just see enough people kind of go up there and bomb pretty hard. And you kind of just want to give it a shot. And then I went up there.
So you didn't want to be a comic. You just saw other people bomb and you were like, fuck, I could do this.
No, I had always been super into stand-up comedy. Like I watched everything on Netflix. I went to see shows when I was in middle school and stuff with my mom. But so like I was always deep into it, but actually trying it, you never really know how. And then like you get into like Joe Rogan and stuff like that, just listening. I used to deliver pizzas and listen to that all day. And so that's kind of what prompted like them talking about starting to do stand up and then going and watching open mic night at the comedy club. You eventually just get the balls to go up and do it.
What was your prep like? Is it like 6 months of like, God, I'm going to write the best set ever? Or is it like you're procrastinating and the week before you're in a panic?
Well, like when I had started to start thinking about doing it, I just started watching like a bunch of stand up. And then like the first time you do it, you kind of just mimic the people that you really liked when you first start. And so like, it was pretty like based on like other comedian stuff. So it was a pretty hacky set my first time. And then eventually you do it long enough that you like start to find out how you actually write jokes. And that takes a while in stand up.
So that first night you get up there, how long are you responsible for keeping the crowd busy, keeping the crowd entertained?
5 minutes is usually always like your first time standard.
And so you go up there, and are you just shitting bricks?
Kinda. I mean, I had like a little bit of amping up because like I had brought like 15 people out, and that was like
Oh, you're
half the
crazy.
audience.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I had like high schooler like energy. Like I just thought I was being cool, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess I wasn't as nervous because like it was just a bunch of people I knew there.
So there was a
So
little bit of ignorance is bliss. Yeah, people. When I used to
yeah,
get on stage in high
'cause
school, people would think I was brave, and you're right. I've never thought of that. It was just that I was belligerent. I was a belligerent kid full of semen.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're just fully amped up on testosterone, and you do like I did pretty well, and then so that kind of gave me like a false sense of hope because then I just went off to mics, then saw how brutal comedy truly is, and then did that for like a few years.
What did you do for a few years?
Bombed at mics.
But you kept tell me about
Still
your
do
first
now.
bomb. What's a bomb like?
Man, you just go up with like new ideas that you think are going to be hilarious, and you go up to a room full of comics usually, and you deliver these jokes as hard as you can, and nobody responds at all.
Oh, and it's a room full of your peers.
Yeah, and it's a room full of your peers. Like, it's tough because Mike's. It's hard to draw an audience for, so a lot of times it's just other comics, and so that's what starting out in comedy really is. It's just going up at some brutal stuff like that.
And a room full of comics it's like a room full of filmmakers. You're with people who pretend like they want you to succeed, but really they just want you to fail.
Yeah,
Right?
truly.
It's like
God, it's wild. Like it's at least like film, they have like unions and stuff where they can agree on things. Comics, they'll always undercut each other.
how many in these 4.5 years, how many ups have you had?
Ups?
Yeah. Like just
Like,
how many times have you like climbed up a few stairs and stood in front of people with a mic in front of you?
oh goodness, I couldn't even tell you the number. I think like my phone was on full. I used to record every set audio, and I think it like went full at like 400 something.
Okay, so
So
that makes me so happy for you because Hans was saying that he was living in a van in New York,
mhm.
doing 2 shows a day for like over a year or some shit.
Yeah,
And I was like, "What? You did 600 shows in a year?" He's like, "No, 730." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
that's kind of how it is. I mean, I didn't probably do that many, but in a year.
What's the longest? So this is it. Like this would be a question I'd ask a CrossFitter. What's the longest you've gone without working out? And someone's like, I didn't work out for 3 days once, and I'll be like, really? And they're like, well, I ran a few miles every day. What's the longest you think you've gone without an up in 4 years?
Goodness, I've like had things that have taken me away for like 2 weeks.
No shit.
Yeah,
You
but
feel
then I'll
rust
get.
building? Does that make you nervous?
Oh yeah, that definitely. But I think I don't know. I enjoy like a reset sometimes,
Mm.
like when you're like really grinding it out, and then like you just kind of fully go off, and then you start back in the grind. And then you kind of like I don't know. You develop new habits. You like figure new things out. I feel. Do you ever like reset like a program when you're working out?
No, but I understand I never want to miss a day of doing a show. And like yesterday I missed a day because I was traveling, and it's very
Mm.
rare that like normally I'll come home and I'll just do one at night to make up for it, and I didn't, but it did help for today's show. I was so excited to get up. Like even though I had to get up at 5, I was still like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna hang with this crew. I'm gonna so I get the feeling. So you get maybe the way I was interpreting what you're saying is you take 2 weeks off and you get a little butterflies back. That's important.
Yeah, you miss it, and then you like I don't know, you come at it with new ideas.
It's like being away from your girlfriend for a week, and the first thing you
Mm,
do is you go down on her. And it's like before you had
truly,
gone down on her in
truly.
a month, but now all of a sudden that's all you want to do because you're away from her for a second,
Yeah.
right? Like that, yeah. That's a good simile, right?
That is a very
Yeah.
good analogy, metaphor.
Thank you.
Oh man.
My audience appreciates that. They want everything. They're a very crass and wild group. They want everything to be about eating at the Y. Everything.
Yeah. God,
Hey, Carter, when I do afternoon shows, often days I'll do 2 shows too. I'm
Mhm.
like you. And
Nice.
the second show though, I have to work out before the show because it gives me clarity. And I have an exercise bike, right? Like one of those ones with the arms that go like this. So I get on that thing for 10 minutes and then maybe I do some push-ups and pull-ups, or maybe I run a little bit, but I do something to be pouring sweat. Then I get in the shower and then I go right on the show. For some reason in the morning, I just need 2 cups of coffee or 1 cup of coffee. Do you have a protocol that you feel like if I went on stage and my stomach was full, I'd hate myself. Like I would hate it if I did a show and I felt bloated.
Man, I wish I could have that, but usually I'm just like barreling into the show and having to run straight up on stage.
Like you just got off work, you threw down a fucking Diet Coke and a piece of cheesecake that some patron didn't eat, and then
Truly,
you fucking go on
that's
the
actually how it is a lot of times.
Yeah, and then you go down
That's
on the
very
subway,
accurate.
you race there, and you're like, "Fuck, what's my hair doing?"
Yeah. Or like, man, it's so funny. I run like a weekly Tuesday show that's right by my work, and it's downtown. And sometimes I'm just running in there right after work, and I have to set. It's a coffee shop / wine bar, and I have to fully set the room around, and I have to like tell people to move and stuff like that. Last week I had a guy just tell me that he's not going to move right where I set up the stage of the show, so I just had to set up the stage right next to him. And we had to do a comedy show with a guy just sitting right where the stage is.
What about at your age? I really did not. I was a fucking pussy, but I really did not like sweating. And I'm guessing Chicago summertime, you're
Oh
always
man,
sweating, and it must.
truly.
What do you do right before you go on stage? You're like, and you're setting up all the shit, and you're just like, fuck it. I just have to accept the fact that I'm drenched.
Dude, I like that's actually so funny because I this summer went into like the bathroom of a show and just fully took all the paper towels out and dried myself. And I brought it like during the summer I was bringing a change of clothes and I just changed
Yeah,
in the bathroom of the comedy club.
yeah. Your underwear is just soaked. Like
True,
my
yeah,
pants. Like
because
what the fuck is going on here?
yeah, my black pant, like I would wear black pants in the summer and just they would like one half would be a different black.
Maybe there's a bit there too. After you dry yourself with the paper towels, you bring them out on stage.
Yeah. Well, they'll smell me.
Who wants to recycle this?
Yeah.
Your wife and my wife are kind of in similar situations.
Yeah, what does she do?
Well, not that your wife's crazy excelling, but she's going to medical school, and she's fucking hooking up with some fucking dude who serves cheesecake and has an aspiring
Yeah.
dream to tell dirty jokes.
Yeah.
And my wife has 3 kids with me, and at 51, her husband's trying to be a fucking YouTuber. This cannot be a good mating strategy on our part. This cannot be like women want security.
Yeah, I think the security is the aspiration, maybe. I think that's
Yeah.
a good
Why do you think your wife is inspired by how hard you work? Like, I mean, I'm getting the impression you're a fucking grinder. You work there's no lazy in you.
Oh man, I'm pretty lazy to be honest.
You are?
Dude, comedy's full of lazy people.
No shit.
I mean, I like I work at comedy pretty hard,
Uh-huh.
but man, like you seem like a guy that does the dishes like pretty fast.
I don't
No?
do the dishes. No, I'm just but no. I'm just selfish. I'm just doing my own thing the whole time. Like I just only do the stuff I want to do with the kids. I eat out of the pan so I don't have to do dishes. You know what I mean? Like last night she made me a steak,
that's a good
and
strategy.
I just ate it right off the stove, thinking
man,
and I don't even want to use a fork because I don't want to have to like.
You went barehanded on a steak?
Yeah, I'm a
Oh
CrossFitter,
man.
buddy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
surprised. We're lucky if we get that
you're a
shit cooked.
caveman, brother.
Yes, yes. Carter, when your sister enters the room,
hmm
and she makes it, hey, this is Jamal, and you're like, oh fuck, and the joke starts building in your head. Does any part of you go, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to tell this because she's gonna be
That's
pissed?
that is actually what I thought at first a little bit, but then
Yeah.
I did it, and like it did well on some shows that I did it the first few times, and I told some comics, and they were like, oh, that's a really good joke, and so then when I did it, I like it went and it had that reaction. I was like, I think that'll be funny to post. So
And what did your sister say?
my sister commented on the video. She just commented "funny brother," and she gained like almost 200 followers out of it.
Yeah.
It was kind of nuts. She got followed by. Do you know who Benny the Butcher is?
I did see. I saw someone commented with a blue check mark. I clicked their account. Yeah. I'm a blue check mark whore, and he had like 900,000 followers.
Yeah, he's a pretty big rapper that like a lot of people. I don't know. He's kind of goofy on Instagram a lot, so it's funny that he did that.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. 4,500 comments is crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Benny? Oh, there he is. Get Benny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going on here. Yeah, here he is. Dang. Yeah, he liked your shit. Mm-hmm. Enough to comment.
Yeah, his stuff's good too. I don't know.
Have you gotten any trouble with any jokes? Like, so my whole life from the second I finish the podcast to when I go to bed at night is finding stories to tell on my podcast, right?
Oh,
and so if I see someone shooting up drugs, or I see a naked woman, or I spin a story about it, or if my wife and I get in a fight, I spin a story about it to try to bring back to the podcast. And I've actually lost some friends. I've done some damage to some relationships, even though I don't say the people's names. I've damaged a few relationships by telling stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. Have you done that yet? Have you damaged any stories?
Kind of with just stuff I've said on stage for sure. I haven't like podcasting isn't exactly stuff. I do a lot of like, I don't know. I used to run a show at Go Bananas, the club that clip is from. That was an open mic on Sundays after like the headliner show. And the headliner show, the headliner, this couple wasn't laughing, and she was like, "What's up with you two? What's your problem right now?" And they're like, "Our son died 2 weeks ago."
Oh.
And that just really threw off the show like crazy, and it was awkward for the rest of the time. And so then the open mic starts immediately after the show, and it's, usually the audience clears out, nobody stays. And so everybody left. It was just comics in the room. I go up on the stage and I'm like, "Oh, hey everybody, my son died 2 weeks ago." And it got a big laugh. And then I'm like, "Okay, this is going to be a good show." And then in walks this guy and he's like, "That's not funny." And
oh shit.
Like, oh fuck. And he was like, "Don't make that joke." And he laughed. It was the dad.
Oh shit.
He was just his wife was going to the restroom apparently. They said everybody had left, but his wife was going to the restroom and he was just waiting in the hallway. And
so that's kind of cool, right? That even gets you more attention, right? That's kind of cool, right?
Oh no, not really. I felt like the worst person ever after that. Because it was gonna be a good mic, like we were gonna have a fun time with like friends and stuff, but that just really, oh man, so then that went poorly too because everybody felt awkward after.
Carter, have you in 4.5 years, have you are there moments where you actually find yourself on stage, like, and if so, how often does that happen? Like sometimes I'm doing the show and I'm just like, I'm starting to have like this weird, like out of body experience. Like I'm really like being myself.
Yeah. You get that like with hot shows and stuff like that, where there's like a lot of people stacked elbow to elbow and they're kind of just going with stuff that you're saying. But like truly that happens once every couple of months, the like real hot ones.
Do you notice that maybe they're coming closer and closer? And what do I attribute it is to when I'm really trusting myself.
Mm-hmm.
What do you attribute it to? You were attributing it to the crowd. I attribute it to more like,
I guess, yeah,
I just get into this weird state where I'm trusting. I can either trip. It's like one time I did mushrooms and I went to a Grateful Dead concert, and me and my buddies we were the only ones we were wearing. It was during that flat bill stage in the 90s. And I was wearing like a flat bill
Oof.
Oakland Raiders cap. And everyone, my other friends were wearing like a Green Bay Packers and a 49ers. We're the only 3 people at the Shoreline Amphitheater with 30,000 people wearing hats. Everyone else was in fucking tie-dye and hippie shit. And we look like fucking, we're wannabe white kids.
You guys look like you're
hip hoppers.
Biscuit.
Dude, it was crazy. And I told myself, okay, I can either trip. No, one of my friends said it to me. He goes, hey, dude, you have 2 choices right now. I go, what? He goes, you can either trip or you can go with it. I'm like, fuck. Okay, I'll go with it. But I was about to trip. I was about to have a horrible trip. Is it like that for you when you go on stage? You're like, oh, fuck. I can either trip or I can go with it.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
You don't have to agree with me. You can be like, no, sorry.
Definitely. Like if the show's going poorly, it's always funny because as a comedian, like you're like in your head, you're so delusional enough that you're like, I'm gonna turn this whole thing around. I'm gonna make this a good show. It's gonna be me that changes the tide here. And then you go up, and then it just starts to go poorly, and then you're inside. You're like, oh my god, no. And you start just withering away, crying on like inside, and then you just do your jokes, tell them, and then leave. But so being a comedian, I feel like you're always delusional enough to like try to stay positive, and then it always just goes so poorly. But then if it's a hot show, you're like, oh, it'll go well, and then it does go well, and you get that like real good adrenaline rush the reason why you do stuff like that.
If the place where you set up the tables, how long have you been doing that?
Oh, I've been doing that like almost 20 weeks now. I did it right when I moved to Chicago. I started that show.
So they like you.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's like we get like it's a 50-person room. We get like 30 people out a week. So it's like a lot of people in a room like that.
What's the name of the place?
The Drunken Bean. It's in downtown.
Drunken Bean.
Yeah,
I wonder how they came up with that name.
It's a coffee shop and wine bar.
Oh, because when I think of the bean, I think of the
yeah.
critter. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the bean. The bean. Flick the bean.
Yeah, or a slur.
Oh, beaner. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's not really a slur in California.
No,
not really. No, it's cool. Oh, look see, even Jonathan Ortega knows probably some Mexican. I've never.
Yeah.
You think bean is singular for? No, beaner is singular, and then beaners.
Yeah, or
is that just because you guys eat a lot of beans? Is that how do you get the name bean? Like if you called you call a motorcycle a rice rocket, like that's one of the fast motorcycles that came from Japan. You heard that term?
I have not heard that term, but that makes sense.
Yeah, rice rocket. So or crotch rocket.
I've heard of crotch rocket.
Stephen Flores, I am a drunken bean. Oh, there you go.
It's a little early.
So you think you've done over 400 shows?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'll hit like multiple in a night quite often. I mean, this is how many number of podcasts that you've done now?
I think 1,500.
Yeah, like if you just think about how long you've done that and how you do it every day, it just really starts to add up. 1,500 is a huge number, man.
Do you have jokes? How often do you come up with jokes that you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to tell this one? You're like just chomping it. You're like,
I wish more. I force myself to do new stuff every week, but those like real like hot ones that are just gonna be like instant, like add to your real showcase set.
Yeah,
you get those like once a month maybe, and they're like a minute and a half to 3 minutes long sometimes. And so your act starts to build over time, but it takes a while.
This cadence that you deliver at and chill and the way you look at the crowd and all that, you've developed that over the 4 years?
Oh, for sure. You start going up like different ways, and then you eventually like kind of figure out like how you can be yourself on stage. But at first, you really start to like mimic just what you like in comedy. Yeah. Then you eventually like are funny, like how you're supposed to be funny.
And how long did that take?
Man, I guess I'm still kind of figuring it out. I would like to say I've figured it out, but I know I'll probably keep changing. So I would say I'm still learning. 4.5 years.
Look at this guy, Franco Dubac. I've coached over 32,000 CrossFit classes.
I'm not that good at math, but that's insane. I don't know how many days that would take.
If let's say he taught 5 classes a day and he did that 300 days a year, that would be 1,500. And then no, you haven't. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, that would have to be maybe he's
20
coaching
years. 20 years. Maybe you've taught 30.
Man.
No.
Yeah,
that's like when Wilt
I was trying to
Chamberlain said he
break
slept
that
with like
down.
thousands of girls. You're like, wait a second.
I really like to like imagine when Wilt Chamberlain said that, like what that must look like at night, because I mean he's clearly got to be counting all of them in the room at once, right?
Yes.
It's
Well,
not
I
like
think
he has a
you have to
line out
crest
the
your helmet.
door.
You have to put your helmet. I think to claim one, your helmet has to pass the labia majora. There's got to be some anatomy, like, or else
Mhm.
a girl can't just be in the room while you're having sex with another girl and you get credit for both of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's an insane stat.
Look at 11 years of coaching, 9 classes a day.
All right. Well, I guess that starts to make a little bit more sense, but 9 classes a day, Jesus Christ. Like, because how physically involved is the coaching? Because,
dude, it's a lot. It's mentally exhausting.
Yeah, you got to be shredded at that point.
Oh yeah. Oh, he doesn't work out in every single one.
Yeah, but you're still like up in, I don't know.
If
you worked out earlier that day, you're gonna be tired coaching.
Do you do anything before you go on stage? You like take a shot of tequila or take a shot of espresso or say a prayer?
I'll do
Serenity
coffee
prayer?
a lot before. I like to walk around. That's why I like working and then taking the train, because that means I'll have to do some walking, and that makes you, gives you some time to think.
Yeah, it gives you clarity.
Yeah.
For me, occasionally there'll be a time when I don't want to do the podcast, but every time after I do it, I'm pumped. I'm like, so glad I did. Do you get that sometimes?
Yeah, it gets your brain going for the day for sure. I like that's why I like working during the day, kind of forces me to go do stuff, because when I was in Cincinnati, I wasn't really working very often. I had to just work a few days serving at a comedy club, but now I'm like working a lot, and that makes me like talk to customers all day beforehand. That kind of makes you a lot better at comedy.
You ever go up on stage sick?
Yeah, like I have been the past couple of days. I sound a little stuffy.
Yeah, but like have you ever gone up there like really sick? Like you're like, oh shit.
Like throwing up sick? Are you talking about?
No, but just like you got 102. Flirt, like you're and you're like sweating balls when you're like.
I mean, yeah, I've gone up super hungover.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I guess I can't recall if I've ever been like feverish. I guess you've probably, it might be, I don't know if I would say easier, because the podcast is a lot longer, but
it's easier. I
mean, you can be separated is what the biggest thing is.
Right. Probably there are times in the show where I've been so sick where I'm lightheaded. Like I would say even once a month I'll get a little lightheaded on the show. Like it's weird. Like in ways that I don't get ever lightheaded in the rest of my life. Yeah. Maybe it's because I got up too early or I stayed up too late, but I'm doing the show early in the morning and I'm like, ooh. Like maybe I got the injection, or it's like how I imagine those people who got the injection who are passing out on stage all over. I feel like I'm them.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the injection, but I feel like, oh, I wonder if that's what it's like right before you go down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I ended up getting it, and
how'd your heart do? Your heart okay?
No, I died 3 times already.
Jesus.
Yeah, they had to revive me.
Defibbed.
Yeah, I have a murmur now. But
you had to get it though. Your girlfriend made you get it.
Yep. If I wanted to stay alive, I guess. Yeah. I don't know how it all works.
How many boosters?
None. I'm not getting none of those. I don't even have the iOS update on my phone.
Fair enough. Do you get the flu shot?
Yeah, I had to get it for something. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but I had to get a flu shot.
I went to the doctor the other day and he's like, "Hey, you're behind on your vaccines." I'm like, "No, thank you." And he's like, "But they're free." I'm like, "I'm good. They're free." That's the
They're
selling
free.
point. They're free.
Oh, that's sick.
That's not good.
That's really funny.
Don't drink all my
wild
coffee.
that they're free.
Oh, it's crazy. Right, because they're not free.
I mean, somebody's making money.
Yeah, please. I'd love some. Now my wife's awake. I tried to get up early to do the podcast while we're on. Well, we've
Oh,
departed.
yeah,
You deserve better than this. Normally, I have a whole studio behind me. I
Oh,
apologize.
yeah. No,
Yeah, you deserve better.
you deserve better than this, and normally I would have had my computer set up. We're both just trudging through it right now. Yeah, I woke my girlfriend up with this because she was in the bedroom, but she has to study for med school, so she needed the office. So when I said I was going to go to the office, she like stomped out. She was like, "No, I need the office."
Medical school first. Yes, so there is a hierarchy.
Which truly,
there is a hierarchy.
Her thing is, her thing is she's spending a lot of money on med school. That's very important.
If you're 22 and you started this when you were 18, let's say, or 17,
right when I turned 18.
You must be one of the youngest guys who is senior in your area.
Oh man, you would think, but in Cincinnati that was definitely the case. But Chicago is such a young place for comedy. I don't know, like every comedian that I hang out with is like 22. It's very shocking. It's a very young place. Cincinnati, like all my friends were like 40 doing comedy, and like they're really really good. But Chicago is just a lot younger.
How many comedians do you think there are?
Man, it's so crazy. There's like there will be like 6 mics a night, and each one will have like 30 to 50 comedians at it. And those are just the people that night that are going out. And then there's
that's Chicago. That's just Chicago.
And that's the open mic. Then there's, showcases. There's probably like a few showcases a night. They each have like working comics on it. So, there's a couple thousand just in Chicago.
It's crazy. Do you have a favorite? Do you have some guys that are like I'll go first. Tosh. I really like Tosh.
Oh yeah, I mean, like my favorite right now is like Shane Gillis, probably.
Yep.
Really loves Louis C.K.
You could be his little brother. You could be his little brother or cousin, Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
You could look like you could be a younger version of him.
Oh man, I wish I could be as funny. I don't know. He's an attractive guy. He's a handsome fella. So I'll take that as a compliment.
Do you think he knows he's funny?
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's making millions of dollars being funny. I think you know that. I don't know about millions, but he's selling theaters.
He's making millions. He's
sold
millions.
Netflix special. I don't know how much. It's so wild the scale of how pay is in comedy. Because for me right now, like I got a few like of getting some followers. I got like some $1,000 gigs this coming year, and like to me that's like huge money.
Yeah.
Like I'm like that's freaking that'll make my month. That's my rent and food that I spend in a month.
Hey dude, you're kind of in this so fighters are kind of in this there's different levels of fighting, but like if you want to be a world-class jiu-jitsu guy, like some of the best in the world, still have to pay to fight. So you have to pay to fight. So you could be one of the best fucking fighters in the world, and you have to go somewhere and pay someone money to enter a tournament fight. And then on the next level up, like where you get to like really like your people are hurting each other, like beating each other's faces in, like basically no rules fighting, like this UFC shit. The guys at the fucking bottom, the amateur guys, they're making like $1,000 for getting in a ring with another guy.
God, risking your life essentially, dude, for $1,000.
And so at that bottom, and it's I'm guessing it's like that in comedy. Like there's dudes who are like the vast majority don't even get, like, you get a free cup of coffee and you get 3 drink vouchers, right?
Yeah. And sometimes right when I moved here, there's a comedy club that's right by where I live, and it's a 2 drink minimum to do the open mic. So that's what you really start out doing. You have to buy 2 waters at $5. So you're paying $10 to do an open mic, and that's like what you're introduced to comedy as. luckily now it's like I have my spots. I can, work out material throughout the week, and like I'll hit like an open mic after I do a show and stuff, to like if I'm really excited about a joke, and working stuff out that way. But the introduction to comedy is definitely a lot like that. You're getting beat up for paying $10 to get beat up, essentially.
Yeah, you're renting 5 minutes of the stage. The guy owns the place.
Yeah.
For $10 you get 5 minutes.
Yeah, you start out with that. You start out with comedy clubs. They have bringer shows. That's a big thing. Is like you can do 5 minutes if you bring 5 people that buy tickets.
Wow.
That's like,
so it really is like the fight scene.
So that's why I brought all those people, because my first open mic, because that's the comedy club I started at, was a bringer open mic.
I mean, I take my kids to jiu-jitsu tournaments. It's $150 a kid. So they
a month,
each get,
right?
No. Well, yeah, that you got to pay a shitload of money
for the
to train. But I'm just saying, like, I show up somewhere and it's a room full of my kids are the only Jews there. It's all Asians, and it's all dark haired people, right? There's no blonde. Like, you show up to San Jose, California, it's a room with 2,000 parents and 500 kids, right? And it's fucking all weirdo parents because they brought their kids there to fight. I mean, it's fucked up.
Really, I feel like the comedy boom has probably, I thought, would introduce more Jewish fellows to
fighting.
Jiu-jitsu. Yeah, because like the Joe Rogan.
Right. That's a good point. That's good. Is Rogan a Jew? No, but the comedy.
Is
he really a Rogan? Rogan, are you a Jew? Is Carter Dockerty a Jew name?
I'm not, but half the comedians I know are.
Right. That makes sense.
That's just
so you go there,
but yeah,
and you pay $150. So I pay $300. I spend $450 because I have 3 kids, and each of my kids gets like 2 matches wearing the karate outfit, and then 2 matches without, where you just fight without it. You wrestle without
no gi.
Yeah, no. Okay, so no gi and gi.
Yeah, I did jiu-jitsu for like a few months when I could afford it.
Oh, you miss it?
Yeah, I wrestled my whole life, so like I really liked it when I did it. It's
you think you're more confident on stage because you wrestle? Like, you think that's helped you a lot?
I don't know. I was pretty bad at wrestling, but
but you're not.
So
but you're not scared. Do you have a little swagger in you?
Yeah, I feel like I have this thing because like I was always a guy who like knew how to wrestle, so I was like good at practice and stuff like that, because I just could beat people that didn't know how to wrestle at all. But as soon as I got to a match with somebody else that was like pretty, like, I was always in bad shape and they would always just kill me. And so I feel like I'm working real hard at trying to get comfortable, because whenever I would feel comfortable at practice, and I would like feel confident, and that's like something I work really hard at with comedy, is to feel confident all the time so I can like perform the best that I like can.
I noticed in this post you write I pinned this kid in the first period. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Is that a joke? Did he really beat your ass and you were joking?
No. So that was that gave me a lot of comments, because that was I didn't wrestle my freshman year. I like started off the season and then like decided I wasn't going to that season. Then sophomore year, I decided like really like halfway through the season almost that I was gonna wrestle, and so this was like my first match after a week, and I pinned that kid, so it gave me like a lot of confidence. But then I ended up sucking still.
There's this dude named Justin Medeiros, and he's the fittest man in the world in 2021 and 2022. Basically, he shows up to Madison, Wisconsin against people from all over the world who had to compete, like this pool of 300,000 or 400,000 people, and he makes it to the top. And then he competes with just like 40 dudes, right? And they don't even know what they're gonna do, and it's just crazy shit, lifting shit, running, climbing. It's fucking wild. It makes the Olympics look like it's for pussies. This guy won it 2 years in a row. He's a young kid, but I was interviewing him, and he said in high school he wrestled, and his record was 1-49 for his first 50 matches.
Mm-hmm.
He lost 49 fucking matches, Carter, out of 50. But he ended up his senior year, I think, going to state championships. I think he didn't do well, but that's crazy, dude. 49 defeats. That's what it's like being a comic, right?
Yeah, truly. You are getting beat up over and over again, and you get the one out of the 49, and that's what makes you wanting to keep doing it, I guess.
Do you have anyone who believes in you? Like the cool thing, I have these 3 women in my life. I have my mom, my sister, and my wife. Crazy believe in me. They don't say it, but I know. Like you know what I mean? They're not like, oh, we
Yeah.
believe in you so much, or we trust you. They don't do saying that. They're more stoic women, but I could tell. Like whatever I'm doing, they're into. Like they got my back. Does your wife have your back like that? Like, can you just tell? Like she's or is she like, Carter, you really need to get a job at Starbucks and get health
No,
insurance?
no, she definitely is fully in. You know, it was really nice because like, you know, she goes to med school and she, you know, picked one that was close to decent comedy and stuff like that, which was real cool.
It would be so easy to poo-poo you. It would be so what? Say that again.
And
She picked a med school that was where she picked. You were
near
dating her before
Chicago.
she. What?
Yeah, we've been together for 3 years now, and luckily, like I was a comedian before, because I feel like that's very like the beginning part where you're really bombing all the time, and you know, she saw a bit of that for sure.
Did you lose your virginity to her?
No.
No. Oh. I lost my virginity
Yes.
when I was I had a girlfriend for 3 years in high school, and she said
Yeah.
I could have sex with her, but I didn't until my senior year, till I almost graduated. And I only had
Wow.
sex because I was like, I probably should have sex before I graduate.
You're
She
a
was cool.
disciplined
She was
man.
great. Yeah. I don't know,
Yeah.
discipline. I was lazy. Do you
Lazy?
Want, it was,
You call that lazy?
yeah, just lazy. Just lazy. But it opened the
Wow.
floodgates.
Yeah. Where'd
Yeah,
you
it's like,
you go to college?
then I went to UC Santa Barbara for fucking
UC
10
Santa
years as an
Barbara.
undergrad. Just
Oh, nice.
was a maniac. So she chose a med school next to and you wanted to be in Chicago because it's a comedy.
Yeah, just like and plus it's very
Because you wanted to
nice
get
for me
robbed, or
right now.
because it's a comedy.
Comedy.
Comedy,
Definitely.
okay.
Yeah, I haven't been robbed yet. Luckily, I have been. I was chased by a homeless guy my first week, because it was like when it was super hot in the summer when you're sweating through your clothes, and this homeless guy was walking near Laugh Factory. I was about to do a show there, and he picks up a dog bowl that they leave out for people walking their dogs, and he starts drinking water out of it. I'm like, oh Jesus! I had just bought a water from the gas station across the street, and I go over to him like, hey man, I just got this water. Do you want it right now? And he looks at me. He goes, and you have my rent money too? And I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! And then he like starts to like kind of go in at me, and I like back off, and then he like starts to chase after me, and you know I don't want to be in an altercation with a homeless guy, so I just sprint away, and I have to run around the block to lose him.
Yeah, crazy.
But
I don't want to be in an altercation with anybody.
Yeah, I would prefer to run rather than get shanked possibly or something like that.
Or bit. It sounds like he was more dog than man.
Get AIDS or something.
Yeah. Homeless guy who drinks. Hey, you want to see my next guest? I'm just going to show him to you really quick. Look at. No, he panicked. Look at, he ran it. Nope, I took him off.
Oh,
you see him run back? Yeah, you see him run back.
Well, we have the same body, actually, me and that guy.
You have the same body as that guy?
Yeah, same exact body.
Hey, he's in Chicago too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll introduce you to him. He's a great. Oh God, he's so great. Andrew, meet Carter.
What's up, Carter? How are you?
What up, Andrew?
You're from Chicago?
Yep.
As in from or living in?
No, living in furthest south neighborhood. Which part of Chicago are you in?
Well, I live in the suburbs right now. This garage in Chicago would cost like $1 billion. So
truly.
Why do you say right now, Andrew? Are you going somewhere?
No. I mean, we've looked around haphazardly, but we know we're staying here for the time being.
Look at that fucking vein on your forehead, dude. The TRT is really kicking in.
This guy? Yeah, it's like a combo of
vein?
dehydration. Yeah, that's a vein.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Carter, this dude comes on my show regularly, Andrew Hiller. And so I'm used to him with his shirt off. But is that weird for you? Because I remember in the beginning, it was kind of weird for me that the guest had his shirt off. No?
I'll do mine too. See?
You don't have to.
I heard you say you're a wrestler. You got to take that off.
Oh, no. Yeah, I haven't cut yet this season.
What was your level of wrestling? College?
Oh no, just high school. We were just talking about like, yeah. I just I was in high school 4 years ago, so I still have pictures of it up on my Instagram. So he just saw that we were talking about it.
What was your weight class?
182. I would always start out at, and then try to get to either 170 or 160 by the end of the season.
Cutting weight.
Yeah.
Hey Carter, do you ever do themes? Like, could you ever like do when you're being creative? Do you ever do like, okay, I'm going to do a whole set on like your mom?
Like I'll definitely
or fat people
that's how I'll start out. Like if I already have a joke about something that I like thought of, I'll be like, well, I'll try to think more on that just so I can, keep going. It just seems more natural to keep talking about the same subject.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then there's like theme shows sometimes where they're like, you try to do material about this thing. Those are kind of stressful to do because then you have to really hunker down and write.
Oh, so someone will tell you that, like, hey, this is my entire show on COVID,
yeah, there's
or
like
entire show on Palestinians.
In a city like Chicago where there's so much comedy, if you want to like get like, there's the comedy clubs, they have like themed night shows where they're like, this is like jokes about being in the service industry or something like that. So like it's all like people that like are waiters at tables and stuff like that, and they talk about that.
Are there any comics that are blackballed that are like that that all the other, like all the people who own the clubs are like, hey, don't associate with that comic. Don't associate with that. You ever get that? Is there any like that?
I mean, yeah, there's some for like crazy reasons that I probably shouldn't talk about.
Like inappropriate, like something they do with their penis. Is it all dudes?
Yeah,
I mean, to do with their penises.
Yeah, dudes like to do that sometimes.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Well, it's always guys.
They like to do things with their penises. That's
yeah,
standard, right?
But is that no? But all kidding aside, that is the reason, right? It's a guy, and he's got he's done some inappropriate things with his penis, so he's not welcome.
Yeah, and it's rarely like people are too like harsh on stage, because is that what you're asking about? Like people that are blackballed for like jokes?
Yeah. Jokes or behave. I was thinking more jokes, but now that I think about it, it could also be like drunken behavior while they're waiting.
Yeah,
backstage.
behavior is usually what it is. Actually, I feel more times because people are usually smart enough about what they say on stage to not like piss everybody off.
Right.
But I've seen it where people do a joke that didn't do well, but usually like if they tell a joke that's like a little bit off color, the person. Like, and you're like, oh, they were just trying something that they didn't know how to word yet. And that just, so usually like the bookers of clubs are like realizing of that. So they don't freak out too hard. They're just like, that joke bombed tonight. Get them next time. So
there's even this social censorship there. Like there are some boundaries.
Well, yeah, because the boundary is, did it get everybody to laugh or not?
Right. Okay.
So if you, yeah.
So it's a social temperature. You're taking a social temperature.
Yeah, you're taking a social. If you look around the room and you can get them all to laugh, then you did a good job that night. But if you say something like that they don't laugh at, then you did a bad job.
I saw this poll on Twitter that said that 83% of people think it's okay to say the word retard, and 17% don't. So that's kind of like checking the social temperature.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's something that I feel like that's actually a really good comparison, because that's something that like 4 years ago, like when I started, if you said that on stage, people would be so pissed off. And then if you said it now, because I feel like that word's back. It's back.
Oh, that's really nice to know.
I see it a lot. Yeah,
okay,
it's cool.
There's some cool ways to say that word. I have a friend who says it. He says "rutard," and I just really like that "rutard."
It's quick.
Hey, do you do any physical comedy? I like the comics like that. For some reason, I think it's funny, like when they do stuff like gyrate their hips or like tiptoe around. You know what I mean?
I definitely try. I'm not a very smooth like mover. I look clunky when I move around. So
I imagine the scene in Big Daddy where he steps on Scuba Steve. Damn you. Comedy. Someone has no clue.
Carter, do you have any clue what he just referenced? Be honest.
Dude, I'm going to be honest, no.
Adam Sandler, Big Daddy, Scuba Steve, damn you. He gets hit by the car. The kid laughs. Come on.
I've never seen Big Daddy.
All right. I missed. All right.
Carter, go ahead.
I was just going to say my movie viewership started in I was born in 2001. is the so post 9/11 is my movie era.
Jody Lindo, see Big Daddy. Yeah.
Hey, 9/11, just so you know, wasn't really that big of a deal. Like I was alive, and then it was it was nothing. Just a little hiccup in this.
Dude, I had like school canceled every day. Like basically every 9/11 class would just be us watching.
I'm joking. It was
hey,
listen to this. Compared to COVID, it was nothing. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, truly.
Like, so you already like, fuck 9/11. Don't worry. Like you did
what?
Whole cool.
1999. That's why he wasn't even born yet when this movie came out.
Yeah, is that two Twin Towers?
Oh yeah, wow.
That's another great point.
Wow. Carter, when you get, would there be a point where you get so big that you won't come on this show? Or will you be like, oh, that was kind of, or will it be like, hey, that was kind of cool that when I was starting out? Is this the first podcast you've ever done?
Especially Zoom podcasts. I've done. I actually just did a
StreamYard,
podcast
brother.
last week.
Zoom is ghetto. StreamYard.
Oh, sorry.
Careful.
My bad.
If you were wearing Gucci and I said your Levi's, you'd be pissed.
Dude, that is true. Sorry, I just meant over the microphone with the earbuds.
Thank you.
This is a superior thing because I did just have to click a link and I didn't have to download an app, which my phone already is like so full. Which that is a superior thing. But
tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. So some guy reaches out to you, and then you look at my Instagram, and you're like, "What the fuck does this guy want to have me on?" Or
I saw all the CrossFit stuff and all that, and I was just like, "That I think that would be funny," because I like just told somebody that I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna be on a CrossFit podcast," which I think is very funny because I'm I'm kind of just chunky and I look gross, so I think it'd be good to talk here. Maybe I'll get some motivation.
You're winning. Adam Sandler's a comedian, right? You know that Adam Sandler's a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, no, okay. Sorry, I'm
all messed up that you've never seen that movie. I didn't mean to take the subject back to Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler does rule, but I just I don't know. I feel like if your parents didn't like show you like a movie from then you just miss out on it completely unless you like somehow take a deep dive back. But
how much do you weigh now?
Oh man, actually surprisingly like 170, but like not like I did when I wrestled.
I say it's less than you weighed in high school when you were cutting weight.
Yeah, but I was like I played football as well, so I was like,
how tall are you?
Lifting weight. I'm like 5'9".
You are not 170.
You're not chunky then.
Dude, he's not 170. He's 190. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm 170. I'm fucking 5'5" on a good day. I'm 170.
Oh, really?
But you're lean. You're all juiced up.
Yeah. I'm all juiced up.
I mean, I have like no muscle at all right now. I was like working out for a little bit.
Even butt? You don't have any ass? Do you have ass?
No, dude, that's the biggest bummer because when I was like 182 in high school, like I was like squatting all the time. I was like really working out my
Carter,
legs.
just squat. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I truly like I'll get into phases of it, but like when you play sports, they tell you to be there at this time. Yeah, and you have to be there, or else like they make you run more the next time you go. So,
hey, dude, do you live close to Andrew? You could work out in that gym.
You want to come work out? You want to come work out here?
I gotta recover my broken arm.
Oh yeah, show Hiller your arm. Hiller fucking airbag busted his arm, dude.
Yeah, you got to work out. No airbag, breaking bones in your body.
I know.
You can still work out with that.
I know. I have an Anytime Fitness membership, and like I'm gonna make myself like go there and at least do like cardio.
I bet that you're no further than 25 minutes away from me. We got to do this thing.
Oh, goodness.
I'll take it easy on you. It'll be great. Easy and close.
Hiller, have him and Tyson over to your gym and make a video of them working out together. That would be fucking awesome.
I'm in.
Him and Tyson agent. Yeah. Would that be killer, right?
Oh, God. Carter, I guess I do got to work out.
If he can get Tyson Bagent over to his gym, the quarterback of the Chicago Bears, and he invites you over to come work out, will you go do that?
Oh, of course.
For a video? Okay.
Cool. Would you do it without him or no? Is Tyson Bagent?
I do. I mean, 100% for Tyson, but I do need to work out.
How many YouTube subscribers would Hiller need for you to go over to his house and work out?
I don't know. Subscribers doesn't matter. I do need to work out.
Good point. Subscribers don't matter. His are wild though. His are. He got a fucking rabid
Carter,
crowd.
can you see the private chat or no?
No, I don't think I can.
I'm gonna send you my phone number in there, and then you can come on over whenever you want.
All right,
I'll text you. I'll send a text and just link you guys. You could even bring your girlfriend, dude.
Yeah,
you guys could work out there. Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty active at the Y before we moved here, because the one in Cincinnati was really close to us. But then
Stephen Flores, Hiller's subscribers are feral.
Like a cat?
Feral.
What does that mean?
Well, it's like they have rabies and they like the homeless guy that attacked Carter.
Yeah, they act wild. They foam at the mouth.
I like it. They are. Yeah.
Carter, I'm stoked you came on, dude, and you can come on anytime you want. You're cool.
Thanks
as shit.
so much.
I've had a lot of comics
appreciate
on.
You having me.
3 dozen. You're the coolest one, dude. You're the only one that can keep a conversation. They're all fucking semi retarded or
well, yeah, that's comedy. I thought I was being autistic the whole time, so I appreciate that. that calms my nerves.
And I'm so pumped for you that you're chasing your dream. I really fucking mean it. And nothing can stop you, dude. At the pace you're at and how early you started, you're just gonna get better and better, dude. And you present so well, and you have a great vibe to you. I'm rooting for you, dude.
For sure. Well, thanks so much for having me. I guess I'll shout out my Instagram. They came up a few times, but follow at Carter D Comedy.
Oh yeah. So this is what I should have done for you. But in the future, when you go on podcasts, you just do this. Use your name as this. See how we used our name?
Oh yeah.
Look how that. I just changed yours. See that?
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
endless,
I probably should have done that to have
endless
people
shameless
follow me. Yeah,
promotion,
that's so I used to run a coffee show in Cincinnati. That was the one that I ran there. It's pretty good. But yeah, thanks so much for having me.
This guy looks familiar. Dude, do I know this guy for some reason? Or is he just having a familiar looking face?
He just has a mustache and Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. His name's Garrett Teitelbaum, a comedian out of Cincinnati.
Okay. He looked very familiar.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thanks so much for having me.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Thanks, Carter.
You too.
Bye, Carter.
Bye.
Come work out. I got the last word. He's coming.
And then there were 2. Mason Mitchell, Hans Kim is an amazing comic. Did you see him when he was on the show? That was fucking tough when Hans was on the show. I've been trying to get him back on, though.
I don't know who Hans Kim is.
Asian dude. He's on this YouTube channel called Kill Tony.
I've heard of that.
He started opening for
That's what he looks like. The fucking red stapler guy.
Who does?
The dude I said has a familiar looking face.
Oh.
You're gonna die when you see this dude. Look at this. He looks just like this.
Wow. And Rambler knew that right off the bat.
Uh-huh.
So there are people you really connect with in that. Do you ever find someone who's just like in the movie space like you are in their head, and you guys are just on another planet talking to each other with movie references?
It's probably just everyone I grew up with, yeah. We would just sit there and watch movies and chill all day.
Eric
recent
Eric something Chartrand. Sevan, on the most recent Rich Froning appearance episode, you say you have an obligation to take care of your guests. Also, Sevan, when my guests come to my house, I don't even give them water anymore. That's a financial thing. That's a financial. No, but you can get your own water. Like by that, God, when did I say I don't give them water anymore? I think that's an old episode. Are you just catching up? Anyway,
is this an analogy, or did you actually say this? Or it's
I don't know. I must have said it because like I have a running joke with one of my friends who comes over. And it's a joke. It's not even real. That's listen, you guys, 99% of the shit I say is just a joke. Like,
hey, when I went to your house,
someone's like, you make $89,000 a year. I can't believe. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say? Tell me how great I am as a guest.
You wouldn't stop giving me water. I had to stop telling me to drink your sparkling water. I go, dude, I don't want one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So
But
I
it was,
had to believe it was an analogy, knowing what I know about your water generosity.
yeah, it was kind of a joke. Like, hey, when I was making more money than God, I would offer everyone a sparkling water and a bag of pistachios. And now it's like, hey, no, if you're going to drink water, drink out of the hose out front. I don't even want you dirty in a cup. Like, it's a joke. I mean, it's kind of true, but it's not like, it's not. Some fucking idiot in the YouTube comments is like, Sevan's out of touch again, saying he only makes $89,000. It's like, oh, fuck, you fucking don't ruin my bits. I hate that when someone ruins my bits and I have to fucking explain to you, like, it's a bit, you jackass. Will Walraven, Sevan, it was an awesome surprise to meet you at Legends this weekend. Between me sprinting back and forth on the competition floor to capture content, keep being yourself, man.
Dude, Walraven is a fantastic last name.
Yeah.
Will Walraven. You couldn't ask for much more.
He was a good dude.
You were set up well by your parents.
I remember who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pellegrino, all that shit. J.R. Howell, you don't get the show, everyone. Yeah. You know, JR is really good because sometimes I do these bits that I'm like, there's no way anyone got that. And then JR will be like, holy fuck, no one got that. He'll just text me that. I'm like, fuck.
I do like JR's random text, and they're right to the point, and they're always funny.
Heidi Kroom, that's what people don't get about us. Sevan, most things we say are just in jest. Yeah, what does that mean, jest?
I'm assuming it's got to have something to do like a jester, those clown-looking things that hang out with the kids.
Yeah, things done for amusement. Yeah. So that brings us to
oh no.
So I don't. Oh shit! No fucking way.
Beaver. Hey,
what's up, dude?
Is that from Costco? No, it's a North Face
jacket. The fuck
jacket.
are you wearing?
North Face.
What the fuck is that thing? Oh,
retro.
Discount rack.
Retro.
Tell me how cheap that was. That's an $800 jacket that he got at 95% off at North Face.
It was only 50% off. Okay, it was in the clearance.
Tell me
rack.
the truth. Was it really?
Yeah, it was.
God, you're a humble man.
That's a good
Fuck,
call.
you're a humble man.
Hey, what's wrong with Patagonia? Is it one of those companies that does crap or
no? Patagonia got like, I guess started being used by the military a lot, and so now it's just like chump shit. If you wear it, you're kind of a douche.
I'll come on the show wearing a Nike sweatshirt, and I'll remember Sevan just chews me out for not knowing that they abuse children or something, and I go, "Oh, geez, I'll take it off." All right, come on. I just don't know.
Listen, there's some good parents out there who send their kids to school. Don't anyone get all fucking freaked out. So there's all these people out there, potential guests for the show, right? And there's agents out there, right? And I've talked about this guy before, the agent from Sporty Beth's agent, right? And Buttery Bros and Craig Ritchie and others. And there's all sorts of agents out there, right? Like a Patrick Clarkson agent, I think Cooper Marsh. I can't tell if Cooper Marsh is an agent or if he works for an agent. He's like a docent for an agent. I can't get it. But then there's this guy named James Neely who's an agent also. Like Matt O'Keefe used to be an agent, right?
Is he not anymore?
I don't think so. I think he's like the CEO of HWPO or something. God, that's a good shirt, CEO of HWPO. Anyway, so and I understand, like, if you think it's bad for someone to come on my show, I've no issue with that at all. You know what I mean? I've had some very cordial, amazing exchanges with people. Like, there's 3 athletes I can think of who are really big athletes who have had some incredible exchanges with who don't come on the show. One used to come on the show, they don't anymore, and I get it for whatever reason.
Can I guess?
But I'm not going to tell you.
I know.
I'll tell you. Yeah, I just because I don't want to burn my.
I was just hoping
my trust.
You'd say no. I wanted to,
I don't want to burn my trust. I don't want to burn my trust with them. Yeah. That Zach T. That guy represents Zach T-Lander too. And so, like, I totally get it. If someone said to me, like, hey, do you think I should go on the Kettlebells and Cocktails podcast? I would say no. And I would explain to you why. And,
can I ask you why?
Because you don't want to go on a show and that looks like you got 25 views. So I'll even be harsher than that. Like, so the Lone Ranger podcast had Don Fall on it, and it couldn't even get 1,000 views in a couple hours. Don should not have gone on there. Or Rich Froning went on the Talking Ranger podcast, Lone Ranger podcast, and when I last looked, it had 2,000 or 3,000 views. That's not it. I just wouldn't do that. And the conversation that Rich had on there, I just wouldn't recommend he go on there. That's just not his. That's not his. I don't think that's like great for his what. Unless he went on there knowing he wanted to help them and carry their show. Do you get what I'm saying?
The Lone Ranger.
It's like and so but anyway, but then there's other people who might not want to come on here because I say things like, if you send your kids to school, you're a shitty parent, and they think that that's alienating, right?
Elite fitness equals career.
I don't think it's career suicide. I think that there's people who listen. Don's interview with them, like I said, is fucking amazing on the Lone Ranger podcast. I just like they just if you want to talk about professional, they're so fucking unprofessional by putting him after fucking 45 minutes of just bullshit talk about who gives a fuck where the semifinals are being held. You know what I mean? That's a 5-minute show.
Correct.
Yeah, right. I mean, do you guys agree with me? I don't mean to drag you into my mud, but like Don Fall, the CEO of the fucking Small Business Miracle and the flame holder of the world cure for the world's most vexing problem, is put in the second half of a garbage show. Like, come on,
at least
dude.
Either start with him or make him standalone.
Yes.
Make it a standalone podcast.
Yeah.
Or make that the main event.
Especially during this time when his stock is probably the highest.
Can I fluff myself up a little bit?
Yeah.
I go and I hang out with a bunch of people in fucking furry costumes, and it got almost 6 times the viewership as the CEO of Don Fall right here. 1,000 views in 4 days.
Yeah. If Don came on this show, he'd get 10,000 views.
Yeah.
So I just so in that regard, okay.
Exact same day put up 4 days ago. 6 times the views.
That being said, I am not. Yeah, that's crazy. By the way, good job on that.
Thanks.
Good job on that. It's like I listened to it and I learned a ton of shit and I liked it. And you're so fucking respectful. You're such a good dude.
They were cool.
So
that's why I put the furry video up, to make Talking Elite Fitness look bad, just so everyone knows. I knew I would outdo them with Don Fall.
With furries,
yeah.
So I'm not upset. I don't care. This is gonna be hard for some of you to get your head wrapped around. I'll use Tia as an example. I really want Tia to come on the podcast. I don't care that she doesn't, but I would really like her to come on. I would really like to talk to her. I'm interested in having a relationship with her or with Shane or someone over there. I want that relationship. But if they don't, I don't care. I'm not like, people will be like, well, they're never going to come on because you do this, this, and this. I'm not. I'm hoping that they see value in what I'm doing. I'm not grabbing my ankles, begging someone to come on. There's a difference. I'm not opposed to grabbing my ankles and bending over. Like, if Shane and Tia were like, hey, we'll come on, but it's gonna have to be at 3 a.m, I'd get up at 3 a.m. and do it. But if they're like, but if someone was like, hey, I don't want you to hang around Caleb anymore, or else we're not going to come on, then fuck you. Sorry, I hang out with Caleb. That's just what I do. I'm not changing that. Anyway, so it brings me to this point. So this guy has been telling people, that they shouldn't come on my podcast. Not only that they shouldn't come on my podcast, but that it's not good to hang out with me. That I'm bad. That I'm bad for someone's brand or reputation. And a lot of his athletes have come on the show. And I would love Emily Rolfe to be on this show regularly. I think fucking Emily Rolfe is like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with our fucking community. She should be, there should be fucking like, You out of your
Her
fucking
husband,
mind.
too.
It should be that. Yeah, her husband's funny as shit, but Emily Rolfe is the fucking 10. And she's fucking eminently capable, and she's got a great sense of humor when she's on the show. She's dope. Yeah, Emily Rolfe is hot. Yeah, beyond hot. It's like she is the fucking real Wonder Woman.
I got the list if you want me to pull it up.
Hiller just wants to get the ball rolling.
Just tell me when.
but
Taylor probably has too.
Yeah.
But to but to badmouth me is some sort of like, hey, just telling random people out there, hey, you shouldn't associate with him. It's bad for your brand. You're a fucking idiot. Like, that's not true. And if you do tell people that, and you want to start looking at numbers, I'm more than happy to start talking about that. So in the classic example is this guy, James, and his group represent Craig Ritchie, who's made 4 videos in a row crying like a baby, and his brand is called Hustle. The guy's brand is called fucking Hustle, and he's complaining. He's playing the victim. His brand is not Hustle, it's fucking Victim.
Don't you?
And you're his fucking agent, and you're advising him. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if you've ever advised him, because I've never invited Craig Ritchie to be on the show. And I like Craig Ritchie. The interaction I have with him at games, him and his wife are fucking dope. But you're advising him, or you're advising people to not hang out with me when this guy, your guy's making videos saying he lost money at the games, when I made a shit ton of money at the games. A shit ton. Caleb's like, where's my piece? A shit you're wearing. That you got a set of headphones and a Patagonia. I made more money at the games than I made all of the rest of the year in that week.
And you certainly didn't lose money.
And you guys know how, yeah. And I certainly didn't lose money, and I didn't complain about it, and I celebrated it. If you're fucking CrossFit, do you want me talking about what my experience was like at the games, or do you want Craig Ritchie? And why the fuck, James, aren't you telling Craig Ritchie, hey, don't do that? This is what you should say. I'll type it up for you. James, ready? Dear Craig, there's a guy in the space who's one of your colleagues named Sevan Podcast. He's so upbeat and positive about the games. He loves the games. He always talks up the athletes. He talks about how much money he made there. He talks about how he wants to kiss Don's ass and Dave's ass so that he can go back again. Maybe you should take a page out of his book instead of feeling sorry for yourself and talking about how the games is not a way to make money, because they're going to want to associate with people who are pumping up the games. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're threatened by me or what, but let me give you another example. Emily Rolfe came on the show, and everyone knew the inevitable collision. That first of all, she had a fucking huge set of balls to come on here, because I always fuck with people who've taken the shot, the injection. And she came on here, and everyone knew. I had doctors on, and we were talking about the clot that she had at the games, which was completely fucking out of left field, right? And people were like, oh, it's from they said it was from acupuncture or something, or needling, right? But we all knew it wasn't. We're not stupid. 2 athletes for the first time in 16 years have clotting at the games. Like, there's a Harvard doctor who's like trying to be like, no, it was from the needling. Shut the fuck up. We already know Harvard's a fucking joke. You guys are paid fucking mouthpieces of pharma. And just say the fucking truth. And so she came on the show, and she did. She looked at her scar on her arm, and she goes, well, we all know I got the injection. Here's my proof. Meaning she gave it a fucking nod. That's it. It was all good. People love her to death. She came on the show. I wonder if you told her. I wonder if she told you in advance before she came on. I've had a bunch of your clients on. I've had a bunch of your clients reach out to me and ask to be on. But here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. You have a client, and I, by the way, I didn't plan this ahead of time. I just realized this morning. You have a client named Sporty Beth. who fucking did a fucking wild hit piece on me. And you make money off of those clients. And so you're in the game. You're in the arena.
Hey, dude, you know when you go to her YouTube, it's the first video that pops up.
Great.
It's the first one that pops up for you.
Because she has them organized. Yeah, look, dude, that you represent that. You make money off of slamming me. You, James Neely, and Sin, and all that, your whole group, all those people from Brent Fikowski to the Buttery Bros, all get you guys hang together. You roll together. I know you're all separate people. I'm not saying that everyone's to blame. I'm not even saying that all you guys, but you guys all roll together. And dude, she has some crazy values. Imagine just doing a crazy hit piece on some dude that she never even talked to, which is completely false too. I mean, just completely insane the shit she's saying in there. Like it's a complete win-win positive for women not to be on birth control who are competing at the CrossFit Games. There's no one arguing that with fucking there's no one arguing that unless you have less than 3 brain cells. You shouldn't be fucking with your fucking hormones if you want to be a fucking professional athlete. And she makes an entire hit piece on it, and you make money off it, and that's the company you keep. That's the company you keep. You talk about you started it by being concerned about the company that other people keep. Well, I'm just looking at the company you keep. You want to talk about me, I want to talk about you. You talk about me behind my back, I talk about you to your face publicly. I talk about you're now part of my story. You're not you're part of the thing. And while I have no agent, I just got little Matt Souza running CrossFit Livermore, bringing me shitloads of fucking big sponsors. You got your fucking guy complaining he lost $600,000 in the last 2 years because he can't keep his fucking hustle shit afloat.
Hey, I got that bit pulled up if you want. I'm talking about his loss of the games if you want to see it.
Yeah, let me see.
All right.
That'd be great. Thank you. 7 seconds? 7 seconds at a time?
Something like that.
Okay.
Actually, at the CrossFit Games, we made a loss. The view money didn't bring in as much as it cost us to go to the games. And yes, probably some of you are going to be like, yeah, you played business.
Yeah,
We found some amazing deals in the Christmas sale to go to the games in business. Yes, that's right. Between Jazz and I, we treated ourselves. It only cost us like £1,000 more to go business than in economy. And removing that £1,000, even if we flew economy, we still would have made a loss.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you what I did. I took my entire crew that was a voluntary crew out to a dinner where we spent $1,000 every night.
I was there. Can confirm.
Can confirm. That's right.
Everyone got a $60 steaks and all the drinks they could eat, and we did that every night we were there.
Spicy margaritas are good, man.
Yeah.
Did not partake in that, but they look good.
Hiller openly says that he thinks we're stupid for drinking, and he's right. He's correct.
Hey.
But it's cool.
We are not perfect, me and Caleb.
But it's cool. Should I go put on my hustle shirt while we have this conversation?
No, fuck that fucking brand. Fuck those dildos for being associated with James. So can you bring up the whole list of characters that this guy represents?
Caleb, you got it?
This guy, this is the thing. You're in a position where you represent other people, and these are the people you represent, and you think it's cool, and you think it's the people that you've been telling are not just these people. But I want to tell you which ones have been on the show that I fucking really enjoy. By the way, I got to hang out a little bit with Brent Fikowski at the games. He was wonderful. Obviously, I know the Buttery guys, Heber and Marsden. I text with them regularly about maybe like camera gear or ideas, or probably let's say on average once a month. Emily Rolfe was on the show, absolutely amazing. Elliot Simmons, is that Jamie Simmons' husband?
Yeah.
Outstanding fucking dude. Met him at the games. Great. I would have him on the show. Harry Lightfoot, a target of my humor all the time. He'd come on. I'd have him on. I can't remember if I've had Jamie Simmons come on, but complete fucking mature, awesome person. Con Porter, what a stud. Been on the show. Very vulnerable, cool. I think that's like some washed up UFC fighter, Obi Vincent. I'm not sure. Sam
That's
Briggs
that
been on the show a
giant
couple times.
jacked man.
Promoted the fuck out of her book. What did you say?
He's that giant jack dude, Obi Vincent.
Oh, then it's not who I think it is. I did have Jamie on. Okay. Jake Felton, Fikowski, never heard him mentioned ever with Hustle. The thing. Fikowski. Let me see. Zach Tillander, another guy, made a hit piece on Greg Glassman and pulled it down. Complete bullshit. Complete horseshit. Zach hangs around a bunch of people who are fucking butthurt because their career got derailed when Greg sold the fired the media team, and I understand that they're butthurt. I was butthurt too, and then got upset when they sold the company. Double whammy. But no fucking balance in his reporting. Just a complete fucking uneducated hit piece. And I spoke to Zach. No, get Zach on the show. He's already been on a couple times.
Hey, everybody, what? Like it says that, get so-and-so on the show. There's a live call-in number that goes across the bottom of the screen all the time. Yeah. And I would love nothing more than this Sin guy to call in right now if he had any balls whatsoever. And then he needs to tell everybody what's going on with him telling people to stay away from you. But he won't do it because he's got no balls.
So I want to reiterate, no, I'm not asking anyone to come on. I don't care if you tell people that you don't think that this show is a good fit for you. But if you're telling people that they shouldn't say that again, Hiller.
You know how cowardly it is to consistently talk behind somebody's back? Has he reached out to you?
He has. Yesterday, this morning, I got a text message from him. I guess.
Let me guess. Let's have a personal conversation, one-on-one, man on man. It's like no.
Yes.
That's why he's got no balls.
It's worse than that, actually.
Oh God.
He says why he basically was insinuating why haven't I called him. I don't want to go into it because I appreciate the fact that I do appreciate the fact that he reached out, but asking me why I didn't call him is just he lost me there.
I think I took a giant crap on Sean Woodland once for doing that. Yeah, you should handle this behind closed doors. Like, hell no.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Baby.
If like I said, I don't care if someone's agent is like, hey, you shouldn't go on that show. I don't care. Athletes who are friends of mine will be like, hey, dude, I can't go on your show anymore. Actually, I just thought of another one. I've invited Tia and Shane on the show, and they've handled it with the utmost class. I'm not throwing a temper tantrum about anyone wanting or not wanting. There's hundreds of people who've asked to come on who I have not had to come on. So I've been in the other end of it too. But to be talking shit and telling other people in the space not to associate with me. Oh, and especially you pussies that call Dawn, like you're gonna tattle on me now. Like you think you're gonna call Dawn or Dave, like Sporty Beth did, or Wooly did, or these people did. Like you think you're gonna call someone and tattle on me? Like that is a bitch move. To tell people who are already my friends that they shouldn't hang out with me, that is a bitch move.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's spreading shit about me that's not true because he's insecure and threatened by me. And now he wants me to talk about. I bet you I made more money at the games than all of those people put together. with no agent. And here's another thing I'd like to add. Since we're telling the story, I add things to people's lives. I give people stuff. You take things from people. I give stuff. I had this guy Carter on because I'm giving him something. You took on the Buttery Bros because you want to take something from them. Remember that. You are a taker. I am a giver.
This is Obi Vincent.
Holy shit. Let me see that first picture.
Yeah, he's
big.
Big.
My God.
Wow.
From what I understand, he's pretty flexible too. Oh, it's Zach George. He's in Men's Health, UK.
Yeah, Zach's been on the show. Zach George has been on the show. Cool dude.
I don't
Had a
think
great
he's
show with him.
he's not a sin guy though. Look at this dude, huge.
Holy shit.
Great smile too.
Natty or not, Caleb.
Welcome to Sevan Space. Yes, James Neely. Welcome to my safe space. His tits look fake. I thought the exact same thing. His tits did look fake.
Jesus, Tank.
Tank, Buttery Bros numbers have fallen harder than the Ukraine army.
Holy
Is Ukraine getting its ass beat?
I don't know,
see
but
anything about it, but
he's wearing the dark helmet picture. That's funny.
Caleb just went from penis down to penis up. Anyway,
how'd you know?
So I see that, but here's the thing too. Like, yeah, going back to what Heidi was saying. Like, this may be serious to you, James. This is not serious to me. I see this whole thing as content. And I'm salivating. You're like a fucking pork chop. I'm just salivating to drag this thing out, make it as exciting as possible. But the shitty part is all your people take the hit. All these fucking people that associate with you, they take the hit.
Pork chops are gross.
And the fact that you associate with so many fucking people who do fucking just stupid fucking pieces and hit pieces and that are fucking bullies doesn't help, and you make money off it, doesn't help your case at all. Ari Bros, Sevi's show is like the MMA hour. Ariel Helwani might not work for the UFC, but they all go on a show because it's the #1 show in the space.
That sounds good, but I don't know who the Helwani person is.
He's huge. He got kicked out of the UFC as a commentator.
Oh, really?
And yeah, he's either Middle Eastern or a Jew or something too. There he is. I don't know.
Canadian.
He looks just like you, dude.
And his show,
looks just like you.
He owns the UFC interview space. It's kind of cool. And Dana hates him.
Really? Just like Don hates you, right?
No, Don doesn't hate me. Me and Don are good. I love Don. Yeah, me and Don are good.
Look at that.
I support.
He's only got like another 10 or 12 followers than you've got.
Yeah, he has 1,300 followers.
Nice.
Hey, dude, that dude has 1.3 million followers, and all of his followers are real. His account is savage.
Caleb, can you go to the Reels? Click on the Reels thing.
His show is savage.
I like to look at the real plays. That's how.
How are those numbers?
They're good. 600,000. That means that they're real or paid for.
Could be either.
I'd say they're real. 1 million there. Yeah, they're good. He's good.
Yeah, Dana White hates Helwani.
95.
Anyway, as the great Will Smith says, just keep your fucking name out of my mouth. You don't want to play, or if you do want to play, keep talking that shit, and we'll just keep playing. But I'm enthralled. Here's the thing. Also, you have to remember, and I give this to you warning once and probably never again to everyone out there in the space. I give this warning to everyone out there in the space. If you don't have a platform, you're fucked. If you tangle with someone who does have a platform. What do I mean by a platform is I'm on every single fucking morning.
And everyone gathers around the mountaintop to look up and hear you.
So if I have one shitty day, within 3 days, everyone's forgotten it. But like Mikey Swoosh is only known for one thing.
Yeah, because you Simba'd him. You went to the end of the mountain and you held him up.
because he doesn't have a voice to get past what he said. He had one. He's like an artist that's a one-hit wonder. And so if you're gonna fuck,
Hollywood.
If you're gonna come around, it's like if you were a fighter and you lost your last fight, everyone's gonna remember that you lost your last fight. So you got to keep fighting, and people are gonna remember you for whatever you did last. I used to stream on Rumble. Now we just it goes there afterwards, like 3 days after. Tank asked, "Do you stream live on Rumble?" And the ground you walk on, James, by telling people that they shouldn't associate with me, it would take 2 seconds to know that that's stupid. That every single person who comes on the show looks good. They leave with more followers. They leave with people liking them more. I would take the claim that this show humanizes people in the space more than any other fucking show. Even if the people, even yesterday, someone in the comments wrote, "God, I fucking hate Sevan, but I love this fucking show when he has guests on." It was like basically I had Rich on.
Hey, dude, Reddit really likes you, by the way.
Reddit hates me.
No, they hate me too.
Yeah, it's fucking. To get on Reddit, you have to have a 5-shot booster minimum and 3 black squares.
Hey, dude, I'm on Reddit. Chill.
Hope you're with your real name. You're probably one of the only people with a real name on Reddit. It's a guy named James Neely. He represents all these guys. The name of the agency is called Sin something.
You want their Instagram?
If you're an agent, you don't talk shit about someone who has the. Oh.
Yes.
Hello. I don't know if my phone's working. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The call-in number is working?
Yes. Hey, how are you, James?
Hey, James. Okay.
James, why are you telling people that it's not a good idea to associate with me?
I mean, did you see Sporty Best's video? It's pretty self-explanatory.
You're a mean guy.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Hey, I know it's like way off subject, but I wanted to call in to so you know how I was going with the terzepatide thing. I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced, but
Terzepatide on capeptides.com. Yeah, that's the stuff that Hiller and I were kind of talking about, whether it's CA peptide. Are you got it, Hiller?
I got it.
Mr. Beaver?
Dude, I thought this was freaking James. I was so pumped.
James Neely is on terzepatide, and I do appreciate. I understand. Terzepatide. Okay.
I don't even know what that guy looks like.
But he looks like an agent.
Oh,
that's weird.
Well, yeah, because that's the one on CA peptides, or it's like Ozempic, but different. It's like stronger and not supposed to have any side effects or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I just finished the first bottle of it, which was like 4 weeks.
No shit. You got it, and you reconstituted it and you injected it yourself, all that?
Yeah, well, no, it was already all put together, and then you just keep it in the fridge and just inject, like, it's like a really tiny amount every week, once a week.
So you injected the whole bottle. So you did it in 4 injections.
Yeah.
And how much did you weigh when you started? Did it change anything? What did you feel from it?
Honestly, I didn't feel a lot different, which was kind of surprising. I was like a little bit nervous to take it because, I was like, oh, this is probably going to make me feel like shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have all these side effects. And I didn't have any. The only difference was like, if I'm eating, then I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm good. Like it didn't.
What
make
about?
me
Let me push
hungry.
back on this. Do you think that it was any of it was what's that called when you take a medicine and you think it's working but it's placebo. Do you think it was?
Placebo.
Do you think any of it was placebo? You're like, fuck, I'm injecting myself with this. I should just eat less.
No, because I have no fucking problem eating like at all. So, yeah. So I mean, I don't think so.
Let me ask, how much did you weigh when you started?
Hold on. 328.
And how much did you weigh after a month?
This morning it was 310.
So you lost.
But the last week I haven't done any too much, Jim. I went this morning, but I've been sick.
Any side effects from the tirzepatide? Did you feel nauseous at all? I've heard some people feel nauseous.
No. Because I did message Sarah beforehand, like, hey, what do you think about this? And it's, she said it's like Ozempic, but with less or no side effects. And I didn't have any.
How much less are you?
I didn't notice.
How much less are you eating? Do you think? You think you're eating half as much as you used to?
Yeah. And I've been dieting during too. So it wasn't like I'm just like eating shit and taking the tirzepatide. Like I've been dieting while I've been doing it, and I still do a little bit of intermittent fasting, but I changed the window to where it's at in the evening instead of the morning.
Is it easier on the tirzepatide to fast?
Yeah.
What about your mood? Has anyone said you've turned into an asshole?
No, I don't think so.
How about getting tired? Are you getting tired?
No, but I sent you some texts before the show this morning, like right before.
Yeah, I was sorry. I got up too early.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
It turns out like I had sleep apnea too, so I went on OfferUp and I bought a machine and like fixed it. Like I was like my sleep was just shit, like almost non-existent.
You got a sleep apnea machine.
Yeah.
So you got tirzepatide and a sleep apnea machine at the same time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The machine a little bit before.
What about this theory that Hiller has that he went from like, hey, you should never take that shit to, okay, and I'm paraphrasing, if you do take this stuff, what you need to do is you need to be acutely aware of how little it takes you to eat, and you have to build those habits when you're on it. So when you get off it, 90% of them stick. Is there any validity to that, you think, as a strategy?
100%. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to retrain myself with, the way I eat and how much I eat during it, and kind of trying to be pretty strict about it. I have a coworker here who's also taking it, but he's like, severely diabetic, and he eats like shit still. So it's really not doing much for him.
What do they say happens? Have you been reading a lot about it? What happens when you get off?
I haven't read a lot about it. A lot about what happens when you get off of it, just because I kind of want to see for myself. I don't want to have anything in my head to where it's like, oh, you're gonna get crazy hungry when you get off of it, or I just kind of want to experience it myself, without anything in my head beforehand.
Are you gonna do another? Are you gonna do more? What's the plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna do more. Probably, because the way that they had recommended it was for do a few months of it. So that's probably what I'll do, is a few months.
What's a few? 2, 3?
I think like 3 or 4. Well, I think 4 total. So 3 more for me.
All right, shit. Hey, dude, please keep us up to speed. You can't call enough. Oh, look, there's your chick wearing a shawl. Is it that cold in there?
She just got out of the sauna.
Oh, that's nice. What's she wearing?
It's a towel.
Bring that over here. Let's see.
Come on over here, Alexis, please.
No.
Come on over.
Let's see what's going on over there. Hey, does that QR code work up there with the CA peptides?
Let's find out.
Hey, if anyone wants to, you can go to CA Peptides and use the barcode and type in the password Sevan, and you get.
Yep.
Oh, it's December 11th. I was going to say up until December 1st, you get free shipping and 10% off. But now I'm not sure what you get, but you get something. It does work, Caleb?
The QR code works, yes.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right, dude. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much.
Right,
congratulations. Yeah. Keep us up to speed. Stay healthy. Keep exercising. Don't let a little sickness stop you. What's up, girl?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Love you, buddy. Bye.
All right.
Oh, shit.
All right. I got something I got to say real quick.
So someone got the tirzepatide. Fuck. Okay, go ahead.
Jake
who takes
Chapman
anything from there, call me and tell me.
fire.
I'm just crazy curious.
Jake Chapman.
Yeah.
All right.
What's he
I
saying?
was as into building muscle, as into getting as fit as possible as anybody could ever fucking imagine. I did just about everything that you could possibly do, and went to bed, got the whoop, did the sleep, did the cold, did the hot, did the diet, did the protein, macro. Every single anal of my life had been put into a bucket, and I tried to see what I could do with my life, my body. And Jake in here says, just be better. And Jan Clark said it too. How does it feel to have given up? How does it feel to just be better? So I compare what Nick just said with a statement like this. This is what people like Jocko say. Like, wake up, right? From what I understand of him, that's kind of his shtick. David Goggins. Sometimes you can't. Like I was never going to win the CrossFit games. There was no amount of anything that I could do with my genetics to get there. And if it's going to help Nick get there, sometimes you got to see it to believe it. So I take some testosterone in the same light that Nick's taking tirzepatide, and I see what it does for you. And I put on, I couldn't for the life of me get over 210 or 205 when I wanted to be a bodybuilder. And at my height, you basically have to weigh, I don't know, 260, 270. And I accidentally bumped up to 210 on testosterone. And I'll get their body weight with more muscle mass.
Here's the thing.
I could probably, if I really wanted to, get to 230 at probably 12% body fat in 2-3 months right now.
I don't have a point to.
If I tried harder, no way in fuck could I do that trying harder, being better.
I don't have a point to what I'm about to say. I'm just kind of flowing with some thought here to put some things in perspective. What Hiller did, though, was because you kind of had a choice. You could have, not to say that this other guy on the tirzepatide didn't have a choice, but you didn't want to accept where you were at, so you took TRT knowing that it would make changes.
Are you going to say that doesn't apply to Nick, though?
And that there's plenty of examples and data on TRT.
Sure.
Plenty, right? And you really know what you're getting yourself into. I don't have a problem with what someone does who's overweight and who wants to lose weight and try this. The thought of being stuck on it the rest of my life is a little scary.
What, the TRT?
Yeah. No, the tirzepatide. But here's the thing. Relative, like you could have just been like, okay, I'm never going to fucking be as jacked as I want to be. I'm never going to know what it's like to be 210 pounds with muscle and just accept it and keep plowing along. Right. But you decided to take,
that's cool.
You decided to go this way. I do. And I think both have their place. I do have some concerns about someone who's 350 pounds and has been trying. I don't want to say it's impossible for them. I don't want to argue their limitations, but you're 350 pounds and you've been trying for 10 years to lose this weight. I would much rather, 1,000 times rather, see you take some tirzepatide than fucking go under the knife and get your fucking large intestine fucking removed or whatever the fuck surgery they do to you. I would much rather have you try that than throw in the towel and just say, fuck it, I'm just going to die 30 years early. You get what I'm saying? Like, of the things to do that someone might think are cheating, fuck, dude, it's so benign. It's so
So Mason and Jake,
I don't call him what you want. If he goes down to 250 and gets off this stuff and then comes back up to 275 or 300 and he made a 50 pound and he keeps it off the rest of his life, fucking it's a win. And I see that as such a better win than cutting your fucking stomach or just accepting being fat. Like I don't see that as giving up. I just don't. I just can't imagine what it's like to be 350 and just be like, fuck, how am I going to do this? And not only the thing, but he surrounded himself with people who are eating right and exercising. Do you feel me on that? Or does it feel like I'm making up excuses for him? Or does it sound like I'm trying to peddle tirzepatide?
What does Caleb think?
I think people, I don't know. I've had my own goals of like, okay, I want to lose weight or I want to do like better fitness wise or whatever. And I feel like I've tried pretty hard to achieve some of those goals, but it's never actually panned out.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, and that it could either be because I've
Heidi.
been injured, or I didn't have the proper diet, or I didn't train hard enough. I don't know. There's a lot of different variables, I think, that have played into why I haven't achieved
So you could have
anything.
been better.
Oh, yeah, I could have been better, but then also like my body is not sustaining the what I've required of it. You know what I mean? Like I've done everything I could to be injury free, to not, or to be able to be consistently training, but I haven't achieved anything. Like I haven't achieved some of the goals that I've set out for myself. So I think my physical limitations, I've reached some sort of physical limitation on my body.
Let me throw this out there. Seema, I've lost 150 pounds, not once, but twice. That's amazing. Let me throw this out there. I when I was I don't know, 5 or 10 years ago, fuck, maybe more than that. I got a new pair of running shoes, and I'd never run in my life. I'd never had done jogging in my life, and I got these new pair of shoes, and they were like $150. So I started running every day, 3 miles every day. I did my CrossFit workout, and I went on a 3 mile, 1.5 miles up a hill, 1.5 miles down the hill, and I did that fucking every day until I got plantar fasciitis. I did that for like over a year. Ran 3 miles a day, or at least 5 days a week. But I hated myself the days I didn't, and it was motivated all by these new pair of shoes I got. And similar to what Caleb's saying, I never had an injury. Well, I probably had some injury stopping, but for me, the reason why I've never reached my goals is because I eat like an asshole. That's the only reason why I've never reached my goals. Or else I in my mind, I'd look like fucking the little tiny Incredible Hulk my whole life. But I ate like an asshole. Well, recently, when I started taking the CJC 1295, I don't know if it's doing anything or not, but it's incredibly motivated me to stop eating like an asshole, like this, and so I'm only eating steak now. I'm only eating meat. And so whether the CJC is a motivational tool, but I don't want to waste it, right? And so for me, I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that. I'm okay with getting this little bottle, filling it with water, and taking the CJC every other day for a couple months. But on top of that, using it to police myself so that at night I'm not eating a bag of fucking dried mangoes anymore. And so, by no means am I suggesting one is right or wrong. I'm just saying that's I'm way at peace for using that for motivation. So if this guy's been 350 pounds for fucking 10 years and he can't pull his shit together, and he's going to use that fucking terzepatide to fucking get his diet under control, like, fuck it. Like, war, baby, war. Now if he's eating like an asshole still, well, then it doesn't fit my paradigm. And he doesn't sound lazy. What did Heidi say? I sound like I'm peddling.
Yeah, and then she said something else that was funny. Let me see if I can find it.
Jake Chapman, this drug goes hand in hand with CrossFit's new ideals. Jesus.
Oh, no.
Hey, but you know what? I also appreciate your guys' sentiment. Like, I get it. I get where you're coming from. Like, I fucking fully get your sentiment.
Eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Take weight loss drugs. Some fruit that'll starch, no sugar. I thought that was funny.
Renee K. It would be lazy if he was content with being 350. He's trying to change.
Hey, dude, it's like my dad. Whenever I talk about my dad and him being on test at the age of 62, like, he wasn't just going to get better his way into changing the way he looks at life. He took one shot, and 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, he's a completely different dude, and he's been that way. And it's
from getting on the TRT.
Like he was depressed, sad, broken, frail. A shot, and his head changes 3 weeks later. 4 months later, he put on 10 pounds of muscle, and he's just over the moon every single day. And it's like, you're not just going to get better, be better, try harder, quit being a bitch your way into that sort of lifestyle. It was a shot. Like, when you see it, it changes your perspective. I'm not saying everyone needs to do it either. It's not a be-all, end-all. It's just a potential. Everyone's different.
Mr. Ortega trying out a new slogan for CA Peptides. Take drugs, get fit, get money, fuck bitches.
I got 3 of the 4 there. You can decide which ones.
God, I fucking love the
One
lighting
of
in this
them not
house.
plural.
The lighting, finally, that last hotel room was fucking horrible for my lighting. Yeah, I don't mind a lot of elitism here. I like elitism. I like fuck you.
Is that us?
Just like,
we are?
well, no, not us. He's I think Mike's more on our side, being like, yeah, let people try what they want to try. And
Jake Chapman, you're right.
hey,
Having
dude,
access
injecting yourself with shit and taking drugs, like, I don't want to be a proponent of that. I just don't want to be.
That's my job.
Your golden. I'm always good. This is how I always look. That's why the other day when I was on the show and I was looking red, it was just the fucked up lighting in that room. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
When I got on the comedian, Sima goes, "Why does he look so red?" And I just worked out.
Oh yeah, and it's gone away. Your redness went away.
Yeah.
You look butt white again. Good, Caleb. You know what Caleb looks like? Caleb looks like, I don't know what's going on with Caleb, but he looks like he has that filter on that turns people into a pencil drawing. Do you know what I mean? you know what I mean? You know what filter I'm talking about? He almost looks cartoony.
I feel
it's the
cartoony.
Patagonia sweatshirt.
Oh.
But yeah, I see it.
Devesh Maharaj, cocaine is great for weight loss.
This dude does California Peptides have cocaine?
When I did MDMA for a month, I went from 155 to 135, and I just lived off of bananas and tomatoes. It was awesome.
Would you recommend that for someone looking to lose weight?
No. Your whole my whole life unraveled.
Tomatoes? Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but it did truly unravel. Like literally my life just unraveled. Like whatever.
Would you recommend that for someone looking for a life-altering experience?
Dude, you better not have kids and do that. Yeah. If you're just if you're just on your own trip, yeah. Like
Right.
just go do some MDMA and hang out at the beach and
That's Molly, right?
Find yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Go find yourself. But your shit is gonna unravel, and it takes a few years for it to like
Years?
Yeah. Dude, it's still reassembling, motherfucker.
Isn't that what people take at raves? MDMA?
Yeah. But I just took it just on like just walking around on the beach, just hanging out.
Was it awesome?
Yeah, it was fucking completely.
And why did you
changed.
eat bananas and tomatoes?
And because I was doing that's why I relate to what you're saying so well, because during that time, because I wanted to lose weight anyway. Like I didn't like my body when I was taking the MDMA. So I was like, okay. And I just realized I wasn't hungry when I was on it. So I started just being like, oh shit, I don't need to eat. I realized on that how little it takes to survive. And
have you realized that your body can't only eat meat yet, or has that not hit you yet?
That it can or can't.
Are you doing okay with that still or not?
Yeah. I took yesterday and today I've taken solid shits.
Are you telling me I quit too early?
I'm just telling you.
I want this 5'1" man that did call in and go, "You fucking bitch." I quit after 4 days of shit in water.
Oh yeah. So that's what happens. Because I texted JR about this, and I was like,
"Oh no,
when do I stop shitting my fucking brains out for like?" I was like,
I think I'm 10 days in.
Yeah, it's just over a weekend because your body's just like, it's smooth, baby. Everything's just lightning out of the asshole.
So you're doing it too now? You've been doing it?
I was doing it. Now I'm having a hard time getting back into it now. But at the time,
I spent $350 last night. As soon as I got to fucking LA or Newport, spent $350 on ribeyes. I just put it on my Rogue backpack, cruised down with my kids barefoot down to the pavilions, and just filled my backpack with fucking ribeye.
Yeah,
I thought it would be cheaper. It was more expensive, and I'm like,
dude, it's $25.
Not only am I shitting water, but I doubled my grocery bill. Like,
yeah, it's so expensive.
I think I could take one ribeye and probably eat it over the span of like 2 or 3 days. Like I cut it up, and I probably only eat like.
Are you on MDMA?
I'm eating two ribeye. I'm eating two ribeye a day
all the time.
All right, I gotta go to the back. I'm gonna pop. Okay, you guys talk for a second. I'll be back in a second.
All right.
Where's my?
How do I make this? Caleb only eats one ribeye every 3 days.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. Well, if you think about it, it also has so much protein in it. I don't need a ton of it. I just need enough to like.
Protein's in a ribeye. It's all fat.
There's a ton of protein in ribeyes. Whenever I was using it, when I was using my MyFitnessPal, I could eat like probably half of a 18, 20 ounce ribeye, and I would have like 3/4 of my protein intake for the day, and then I would just eat like beef jerky.
What's your
And-
protein intake supposed to be? How much do you weigh? Aren't you like 200
weigh-
something pounds?
Yeah, 200 pounds.
So you're supposed to have 200 grams of protein a day, right?
Yeah,
And you're telling me you could hit that in a third of a ribeye almost?
yeah, they were fat ribeyes.
Yeah, fat.
No,
There's-
like
there is not
fat from the
150
size.
grams of protein in a third of a ribeye.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good when I'm eating those ribeyes. I'll tell you what. And then I would just eat a bunch of mango and bananas and apples. Then I'm good.
Ribeye nutrition facts.
I don't eat that much. Even if I'm not tracking anymore because I just don't care to eat that much. So then I just.
All right, for a 3-ounce serving, it's not telling me how much protein's in there.
Here, let me look it up on MyFitnessPal.
There we go. It's over here. I got it.
I think I was eating 2 to 3 8-ounce ribeyes a day.
69 grams of protein in what's 290 grams into ounces? I only understand ounces.
28.5. No,
Ounces
16
in
ounces. 16 ounces in a pound. 28.5 grams in an
It's
ounce.
10 ounces. That's a 10-ounce steak right there.
Yeah.
At least for weed.
So at least for weed.
It was 28 ounce. It was 28 grams. 28.5 grams in an ounce. I think of weed.
Yeah, that's pretty good math, dude. You're right. It is about a 10-ounce steak then. So you figure you can double that for a big fat ribeye. And then
But there's 847 calories in a ribeye.
It depends. Is it 10 ounces? How big is it?
Yeah, it's 8 ounces. Okay, so about 800. So I'm having between 1,600 and 2,400 calories a day
dude.
of
Maybe this is my problem.
steak.
My ribeyes are fucking huge. They're like 24 ounces.
Even after you cook them? I wonder if
I
that's
think-
before or after.
I always measured them uncooked.
So I would eat a whole one for dinner and a whole one for lunch. And I was wondering why I was gaining weight and shitting my brains out.
I told you don't need that much.
Well, you told me now. This is a week ago.
But yeah, I feel pretty good. I just eat that and then mangoes and bananas and apples, and I feel pretty good.
All right.
Comment. There is a ton of protein in any form of beef. Yeah, I know. But it's just a ratio. So there's more fat in a ribeye than there is in a sirloin. At least as far as I know. You have 8 ounces of sirloin and 8 ounces of ribeye, it's going to be more protein than a sirloin. I'm double checking that now.
I was eating eggs and stuff too for like breakfast sometimes.
In 3 ounces of sirloin, there's 23 grams of protein. So it's about the same, I think.
23 grams of protein and how many ounces? 3?
Oh, no, here we go. There's more in sirloin, about 10 ounces more. Or sorry, 10 grams of protein more in a sirloin because there's less fat. But it doesn't taste anywhere near as good.
Sometimes I'd make like a skirt steak or like a flank steak and then cut it up and like make like fajita type stuff.
Oh, look at this. Go to No Rep News.
All right, I'll pull it up.
God, this is fucking amazing. I'm really so curious who this is. This is someone right in our ecosystem. After losing a significant amount of money, Hustle makes 4 videos discussing it and then rebrands for 2024. Listen, you fuck nuts. That's my fucking brand. Victim mentality. Go over to Vindicate VNDK8 and get your Sevan Podcast Victim shirt now. Who is this? Hey, so it can't be the three of us because we're on the show.
Right. We would have had to have posted it, correct? That's nice. We just whittled it down. I'm so happy. that my plan to hire somebody finally worked in my favor.
Us three are out. Oh, nice, Andrew. Nice.
Hey, how about that one about the media director?
Where's that one?
Yeah. Have you talked about that?
No.
Do you not want to?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, well, it's that one of the Harry Potter in the middle.
Let me read it. More turnover in the CMO. No, I don't want to read that. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
This is
That's
just
a great
your
way to end
living
the
room.
show.
You can drive conversation.
You can't take Hiller anywhere.
What?
Hey, how? Speaking of not being able to take you anywhere, how was yesterday with Tyson Bajan? You got to hang with him yesterday,
It was cool, dude.
dude.
You wouldn't believe it. He's pretty good at CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is the person in me who coached a lot of people for a long time, but particular his little brother, Ezra.
Ezra, yeah.
Yeah, he's 19. And
Is he as good as Tyson? Is he a phenom? Like, is he?
I haven't seen him throw a football, but if he can back up the way he backed up his handstand walking ability, then yeah, he's probably a good quarterback. Because the dude, he goes,
When's
hey,
the video come out?
I'm gonna try to get it up by the end of the day.
That's awesome.
Ezra goes, hey, you do CrossFit, right? And I go, yeah. He goes, you want to go to handstand walking? And I go, yeah, I'm pretty good. And he goes, I bet I'm better. And I'm like, fuck you. No, you're not. You're not better.
Tyson's little brother said that to you.
Little brother, yeah.
Yeah.
And I go, no, you're not. And he goes, yeah, man. I bet I can handstand walk in and around these tables better than you. And I go, all right, go ahead and do it. And he stands up like he's about to do it. And I'm thinking, I've seen this before go down in affiliates. And what happens is they fall on their face. And I'm not trying to – we're in this penthouse somewhere in Chicago, and I'm not trying to have Tyson's little brother falling on his face because of me.
Yeah.
But fast forward about 30, 40 minutes, and there's a hallway, and he goes, I can go down and back in this hallway. And he does it on his hands. Tyson, and then he goes, but you can't do it, so I had to do it. And then Tyson looks over and he goes, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that too. And Tyson walks down and back.
You got that all on video?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. See, dude, that's the kind of shit, dude. That would be amazing for CrossFit if they had that content.
Yeah, too bad it's on my camera.
Well, I mean, it's still good for CrossFit. It's still good for CrossFit.
They could use it if they want. They could use all my shit. I don't care.
Yeah, that's still good for CrossFit. Holy shit!
Hear that, growl face? You can use all my shit,
dude. I'm so fucking. I'm so jealous that you got to do that. You're such a stud for doing that. What a cool! And you got to go to the game yesterday too.
Yeah,
and they beat up Detroit.
Beat them up good. Yeah, it was a great game. A
Yeah,
little cold,
awesome.
but it was great.
What'd you wear? Who'd you sit by?
Sit by a bunch of his friends from back home.
You did?
Yeah, his chick was there. It was cool.
How's this chick? Cool?
She's super cool, yeah.
How would you rate her on a 1 to 10?
9.5.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
She's cool.
So that means she's a 10, but you just can't say that.
Yeah, because Alexis is a 10.
Right.
Alexis is a 10.
Holy shit.
But she's cool. And
All
it was all cool.
He can walk on his hands. He's got a 10, and his brother's cocky as shit.
I would have never in a million years. I would have put a pretty good amount of money saying that his little brother wouldn't have made it down and back. It was probably 100 feet he did on his hands, and it was good. His little brother.
He turned around at the end of the hallway, or he got down?
He did a pirouette and came back.
Damn. Can you hear my kids?
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
They're doing. They just woke up and they came in the room. They're doing fighting sound effects. Do you remember doing that as a kid?
Hey, I wonder how many people in the comment section can do 100 feet on their hands. JR, you don't count. Fuck out of here.
All right. What did we learn from the show? Carter's a good guy.
He is a legend.
Sames Geely. What did we learn in the show? That I think Carter Dockerty will come on the show when he becomes big time. We learned that don't be a douche nozzle if you're a agent. Don't talk shit about people in the space that could end up shit raining down on your clients. That's just stupid. That's dumb. We learned that Sevan made more money than all of James Neely's clients combined at the CrossFit Games, is what I'm betting. And that the games is an amazing opportunity for content creators to leverage the game and games and get rich. I mean, look at me. And get friends. I have Caleb and Hiller as my friends.
And Sames.
And we learned that terzepatide is has helped someone lose a little bit of weight so far, and then we're going to continue the story. And that Andrew Hiller was in a handstand walking contest with the quarterback of the Chicago Bears and his little brother, and the video will be coming out tonight. All right. For all of you out there in the world, what is today? Monday?
Monday.
The 11th.
Caleb, okay, before we go, where the fuck have you been?
Working.
Are you serving this country? Like, are you still serving this country or?
Part-time.
Okay.
Otherwise, but when the show got moved up, I just couldn't make it work. So
I know, but I haven't seen you in a week. I missed you. We're starting.
Yeah, I should be back now.
Okay.
As long as we're back at a normal time or a regular time.
Yeah, probably every day this week we'll go an hour early. Just so that we don't have to hear like fighting sound effects during the show.
Gotcha.
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think we have Adam Knifer on. Adam and the crew from CrossFit Fort Vancouver completed and took 3rd place in the hardest team race on planet Earth. It's some crazy shit that happens in South America. And Adam's coming on tomorrow to talk about it. It's going to be, he said it was fucking crazy. We're going to hear some crazy stories. So he's also, I think, Ellie Turner and Justin Medeiros' coaches, and Trista Smith, and there's a boy over there too. But anyway, and he's probably a 10 times games athlete and just a really cool dude. All right. Hiller, never stop flexing. Rambler, love you too. Bye-bye.